Gentlemen, we are back. New layout, week 4. Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god. Alright, we have a new layout. Cincy versus the Bengals. Cincy, 0-3. Fucking. I didn't write anything down. Phil, let's hear about the week.
We got week 4, week number 4 in the books, guys. Every week, we love football. Every week, we are hyped for another action-packed week. We got 2 teams playing this week. We got 3 teams playing this week. 2 teams today trying to avoid 0-4. That'd be Jacksonville heading to Houston. We got Cincinnati with a pesky little Carolina Panthers with a revenge game against the Red Rifle. Not to mention Packers matchup. We got Malik Willis versus Sam Darnold. Sunday Night Football, Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. It has it all, and you can only catch it right here, prime time, with Half Phil and Diamond.
Bringing the stats that ESPN isn't going to tell you about. ESPN's going to talk about Lamar Jackson all day. Josh Allen.
That's all they want.
Or the Cowboys. Dak Prescott. They're going to try and tell you Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback. We're here to tell you about these stats that we're going to bring you the weather, the stats. We're going to tell you about why we think we're bringing you ideas that you won't get anywhere else. It's going to help you set your fantasy lineup. It's going to help you make your picks for the day. I'm ready to rumble. How about you guys?
Always.
All right, starting off.
Always.
Also, if you enjoy what we're bringing today, check us out on social media. Join the Discord, because we are fucking jamming out on there.
We're jamming out. We're giving you updates. We're giving you injury updates. We're giving you final scores. We're giving you some interesting headlines. If you got any suggestions, feel free to voice your voice.
Indeed, everything's going on there. Stay in the know with everything. We like to talk sports on Sundays, but we also talk music, TV, donuts, chips, donuts. We have a donut debate and a chip tier list coming soon. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that. That's going to be over on the YouTube. And now, first game of the day, 1 o'clock. We have.
Get right into it.
Actually, we have the Thursday Night Football. Do we want to talk about that? The fact that the Giants couldn't find the end zone.
It's pretty clear that they couldn't find the end zone. I think the one thing that I took away from this game more was on the Dallas perspective. They just kind of look sluggish out the gate. 2-2. This game normally is a blowout almost every year. Daniel Jones actually looked mostly decent. I mean, they treated him like a rookie mostly. I think he only threw it deep once or twice in this game. But to me, it says a lot more about what Dallas isn't than what the New York Giants are.
I'm with you. I think
yes.
Because
there.
like the Giants, I think it's Malik, like you said, dude. Malik Neighbors is making Daniel Jones look better than he actually is. Malik Neighbors is saving that offense, man, because he's opening up targets for the other receivers. The reason the Giants were such a joke was because they didn't have anybody else to throw to. And when defenses have to worry about a wide receiver 1 like Malik Neighbors, it makes the other guys look better because they're so focused on the wide receiver 1. So yeah, sucks that the Giants lost, honestly. I'm a Jets fan. I was hoping that the Giants could pull that one out. But Dallas improves to 500, which honestly they look underwhelming. It doesn't look like we're having any Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl pipe dreams this year. And yeah. All right, game 1 of the day. Do or die for Cincy, man, at Bank of America Stadium.
I think I'm going to go to this game. I'm going to go buy tickets right now.
Do it.
Dude, do it.
In Charlotte today, folks. Get a little active here.
You could probably get it. Actually, no. David Tepper's the owner, so you would probably still have to pay like a cool $500 for nosebleeds.
I'm going to buy a VIP tailgate, and I'm probably going to pee.
You're going to get a sweet box?
Not going to this barn burner.
But yeah, dude, if Cincy loses today, oh my God, what the hell is going on in Cincy, man? We're gonna save our win or lose predictions for. Oh, thank you, Khaki Dog. Nice slides. You're the GOAT. We busted our asses for this, man. But yeah, if Cincy loses today, like, what's the problem in Cincy? They have all the potential, all the talent in the world. They were in the Super Bowl, what, 3 years ago?
2.
2. Okay.
2022.
2022. Okay.
2021 season, and it's been
Wow, dude.
improved.
Just to show you how much of a barn burner this game is, front row tickets to this game are $300. That is very cheap for an NFL front row ticket. For those who may not know.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep, that's like maybe, and you're on the 30-yard line, so pretty not bad. You're still pretty much in the middle. That's crazy.
Awesome. I might
Still a franchise.
buy a plane ticket. We can go to the game. Pick me up at the airport.
Real quick.
If you're by one, we're good.
Yeah.
Honestly though, man, I don't know what's up with Cincinnati. They had a good game against Washington. They just couldn't stop them from getting in the end zone. They played the Chiefs super well. Obviously, the Chiefs came out with a win, thanks to that pass interference call. But I mean, they played them well. Not to say much because the Chiefs aren't really, themselves as usual. But it's tough, man. The Bengals always have a tough start, but seems a little extra.
For real. Like, their offense doesn't even look good. I mean, their defense is garbage.
Their offense is starting to pick up, though. Even though Washington has the worst pass defense, one of them, still showed that him and Chase still have that connection, which is good. But did you catch the T. Higgins walking into practice comment?
No. What'd he say?
There was a fan, and he said, T, I need you big in fantasy this week, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, I'd probably bench me then.
Oh, jeez.
That's not good.
Yeah,
That is not good.
That's not great.
trouble in
It's
paradise in
it's
Cincinnati.
great for Jamar Chase fantasy owners and Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. Just Jamar Chase across the board. But yeah, not good. Not good for that wide receiver too in Cincy.
Ugh,
Yeah, that is.
that's bad.
Like, is he
I mean,
mad that he's
again,
not
it's
getting
Miami.
enough targets?
Miami.
Like, what do you think the deal is? Like,
It's because he never played preseason. So you're talking, this is like his first game back. He's probably going to take a couple games to really, I think, get going.
And there was like a discrepancy with his hamstring injury or something. Like someone said, like he didn't actually have an injury, and he was like, "What do you?" I can't remember, but there was like a tiny little news story on that.
Huh.
And dude, I've just come to notice that NFL wide receivers are all divas. They're all divas, dude. They think they're the shit. Like I'm sure everyone
especially
in the NFL does.
Yeah.
Jam-
get paid.
Sure, everyone in
Jamar.
the NFL does.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at guys like CeeDee Lamb. Whenever you see a guy getting upset on the sideline, I can almost guarantee 80% of the time you're going to see a wide receiver yapping.
Yeah.
Like, that's always who's bitching, And, like, it's either, like, a quarterback and his lineman or a wide receiver to his quarterback. And it's like, dude, you're getting paid $20 million to go catch a football. Maybe just be thankful for that, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd go run on the football field and not catch a ball for $15 million a year.
Indeed.
I don't care if I get a single catch, bro. I'm making the money.
Mm-hmm.
Making the money.
I would just look to block every single play, dude.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, I just want to hit somebody.
yeah, right.
Yeah, dude, get them training reps in.
It's like what Josh Hart said. You get to play a game. But then on the flip side, you have Carolina, the Red Rifle, the Red Rocket. I know my guy Isaac is hype about the Panthers. He says he's got the Panthers winning this week. We'll get to our picks later on in the show, but yeah, Trent Brown out for Cincy. I mean, Carolina traded too many good players away to have any notable injuries, seemingly. Well, Deontay Johnson is questionable, but I think he's going to play.
He's gonna play. If he doesn't,
Oh, he is questionable. Okay, yeah, I'm sure he'll play, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, going to be an interesting one in Carolina. Could be a close game. Any
it could be quietly one.
It's going to be interesting. This is going to prove multiple things for both teams. One, can the Panthers, even though the Bengals are 0-3, can they perform against a team that is considered one of those upper echelon? And then for the Bengals, it's like, can we just get in the winning column? That's even though it's the Panthers, not a very good team. You got to just get in the winning column. Doesn't matter.
I'll
Yeah,
say-
this is it's a must win. Like if they
Do or die.
Everything goes out the window for them this year. Like, that's crazy to say. I know it's only week 4 and like they have 13 more games. Nah, morale
The mental game, like
down the toilet, dude.
They-
It's over.
they've-
Going forward.
yeah, they've already got to be distraught. But if they lose this game, it's like
Firing. People getting fired if they lose this game.
T. Higgins is gone.
People getting traded. People getting fired if they go 0-4. I think people
Literally
question Taylor.
fire sale.
yeah, it's like
Fire sale.
everybody on Cincy is playing for their job today. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a coach. Like Zach
That's like
Taylor
throwing-
especially. Zach Taylor, head coach of Cincy. Oh man, he better be
I don't know
sweating
what
bullets.
White, yeah. I don't think they fire him right away. I think they would make changes to coordinator position, or specifically defensive coordinator. I think they'd make probably a change there if they lose this game, and then from there, they'd either start winning games and play better on defense, or just eventually move on if they keep it up, and are like a 2-6 team by like the mid-season point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think Zach Taylor, if he can't go, if he can't win 8 games, I think Zach Taylor's out of there. Y'all ready for the next one?
I mean, yeah.
All right, dope. What were you gonna say, Diamond?
No, I was pretty much just in agreement. Like, I thought he was that guy head coach, but like the whole always starting off slow in the past couple of years, I don't know. He may not be it.
And yeah, before we move on to the next one, just a reminder: offensive tackle Trent Brown for the Bengals is out.
That is huge because their line's trash. So.
Indeed, it was already bad, and now it's getting worse.
Where
And now that we've got probably the least entertaining game out of the way, we
I
have.
hate the NFC South. I hate it.
why do you what? You
Yeah,
don't
why?
like Atlanta Saints hate week?
Dude, because like it's oh my god. If I don't know. It's crazy to me how stupid that freaking division is, man. I don't know what it is. They just rub me the wrong way. Whole division. Whole division.
The entirety of it.
I like
Even
them.
Tampa?
Yeah, even Tampa? You're not rocking with Baker?
That's an exception.
Okay.
But it's
So
just
hold
a
on.
gross division to have to pick games between. Like when it comes down to division matchups, like it's just such a gross coin flip of who's gonna win. I'm like, nah, Falcons, sure. Like, maybe. I don't know.
Kinda true, yeah.
That's what I love about it, man. Because
It does make it more interesting for sure.
everybody thought the NFC South was going to be trash. It was going to be a cakewalk for the Bucks, and now all of them are competitive again, and it's just so refreshing.
I can't tell if they're competitive or they're all like good, like competitive teams, or they're all just mid teams.
Yeah, they're all just a little better.
Seed.
Yeah, it's tough. That's what I'm saying. Like you look at a Saints team, and I was all on board. Like, dude, this is gonna be a legit team. And then just like how they played against not New Orleans, Philly last week, I was like, dang, like Philly's good. You know, Philly's a good team, but I don't know. I thought the Saints were just gonna keep boom.
Yeah, I thought they would
Mhm.
have put up a lot more points, especially considering
They're dealing with a ton of injuries too, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because the line jumped from like 1.5 to 3 in the Falcons' favor, and I was like, whoa, that's like big. And dude, yeah, like Olave's questionable, Kamara's questionable, Demario Davis is out, like Eric McCoy's out,
McCoy's
dealing
put
with it.
up-
Yeah, man.
It's bad.
Their center is out, the right tackle.
Oh yeah, Ramcheck or however you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
Check that too. Wow, I didn't even. Holy guacamole!
For
I was
real.
gonna say, like, I almost like didn't even know he was still in the league. I feel like he's been around since like 06.
Mhm.
Ramsteck, that's crazy.
And like
That
we
guy
said,
drafted in 2013, huh?
I never changed the stream title. Oh God!
Oh man, sweat a minute, Mr. Postman.
Oh yeah, it's still.
Week
I didn't
5
notice he was on the list.
pregame.
That's crazy.
I gotta have like settings. I wish they had like canned stream titles. Like I could save it and just like switch over to it. I have to type it out every single time.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you can just have a dock. You can just Control C, Control V.
All right, response chat, chill. English. Sorry, fellas.
All good, all good.
Yeah, we'll throw the discussion on pause so people that are actually looking for sports can find sports, and people that are looking for Kingdom Come Deliverance can find Kingdom Come Deliverance.
No, we should let all the Kingdom Come Deliverance people know more about football.
Pre-game show.
Let me.
Pre-game.
Dude, this jersey, I freaking float in this jersey, man. It's an XL. Golly, dude. This thing's like a dress.
Dude, I gotta get a Jets
know.
jersey.
Dude, you should. I'm trying to think of a cool player that you could get.
I would want to get like Gardner or Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson.
Dude, the number 1 Sauce jersey would be fire.
Mhm. Or a Zach Wilson jersey for the vibes.
Yes. Tim Boyle.
Tim Boyle.
I hate him.
All right, we
What's
have
Skylar
response to chat, chill, funny,
Skylar
English,
Thompson,
NFL, well, football.
Send him away.
We'll do.
Dude, it's like more team. I know there's not that many veteran guys out there that aren't starting, but dude, you just these teams need to get more veteran guys as their backups. I mean, look at the Browns last year when they had Flacco. Everyone was like, "Oh, Joe Flacco's going to come in and not do anything." I mean, they had a good team around him, but bro, he came in and took them to the playoffs. Almost won a game. They didn't play so well, but I look at the Dolphins and I'm like, if they just had a guy, even like Fitzpatrick, to go in there that just knows the game, dude. Skylar Thompson looked like a scared little duckling trying to cross the road.
Skylar Thompson did look scared. All right, we got it back up, and it's on sports now. Actually, I'm gonna make the title longer real quick. NFL Week 5.
Getting all the stats pulled up here for
enjoy your
ability.
Morning with
Gotta get
us. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, fellas. We were getting everything done on the fly.
A little bit, yeah. Crunching for time,
Indeed.
Oh, good.
All right. New Orleans versus Atlanta, man. A banged up Saints team against the 1-2 that Atlanta is for anybody that is tuning in, just you might already know this, but Atlanta's 1-2 is a much stronger 1-2 than the Panthers. Much, much stronger. I think Atlanta's a legit team. I think the Saints are still trying. We don't know who the Saints are yet, still.
Very factual.
I think this is, it's an away game in Atlanta against, this is a big game for Atlanta. I think this is going to show us who the Saints are. If they can win this game, and I don't know, we'll just have to see how they look. I think this will determine whether or not they're elite.
I look at the Saints right now, and in comparison to the games Atlanta has played, Atlanta lost to who's undefeated.
Lost to who? You might cut out.
They lost to Pittsburgh, who's undefeated. They lost to Kansas City, who's undefeated, and they beat Philly on the road. I feel like looking at Atlanta's resume of what they've done so far this year, they feel like the better team, just on paper.
100%. Yeah.
And
that's
when
like Tash said. That's a tough 1-2. That's a very that's a solid ass 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
They're just one of those teams. They have the skill. Their offense, it couldn't get much better, but it just seems like they don't know how to use it still. And I know they're going through a coaching change, so that's gonna take time. But even when they had a coach for a couple of years, it's they could not get that offense going. And I know they didn't have a quarterback, but it's dude, when you have a guy like Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Bijan, I don't care who your quarterback is, bro. They should be putting up better numbers. But hopefully this year they can actually adapt to that and become a fun team to watch, because that offense is elite.
Mm-hmm. They need to be running and gunning.
Yeah.
I want to see the no huddle. I want to see them slinging it.
Oregon, Chip Kelly, Red 80.
Yeah, right. That offense is built for some college style play calling.
Yes, dude.
And this is the NFL.
Who knows the playbook that well and has been around the block.
Yeah, right. They should experiment. I feel like they aren't getting wild enough with it, man.
No, not at all.
they'll have to figure it out. I feel like Raheem Morris is one of those defensive coaches that does understand offense. I think they just got to figure out who among Drake London and Kyle Pitts is more of the better playmaker overall. And then once they figure that out, they're going to be able to actually run their offense effectively.
Yeah, I agree. And some notable stats are, Kamara and Olave are not out, sorry, questionable as we mentioned.
Okay.
I feel like they'll play. Atlanta has only allowed 5 plays of 20 or more, which is tied for second best in the league. So any Olave fantasy owners, maybe don't get your hopes up too high.
Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed, the GOAT. Dude, I was hyping him up so much coming into the year and didn't draft him.
I drafted him, sat on my bench first 2 weeks. I said, never doing that again. Week 3, goose egg.
Oh, damn.
The lovely game of fantasy football that we play, folks. It's fantastic.
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. You gotta love the energy of the atmosphere. Great.
But yeah, should be a good game in Atlanta. There's a lot of good games today. I'm like previous weeks, like I think a week ago, I was thinking, oh man, there's kind of a good bit of throwaway games in this slate, but a lot of the games here I'm excited about. Like we have Jacksonville, who's 0-3, and against Houston, who's 2-1. But I think Jacksonville's better than their record shows, and Houston might not be as good as they were a year ago.
I definitely think Houston's struggling off the start. Trying to think of their games. They played the Colts week 1. Not a great Colts team, but they played them well. Got the victory. Then week 2, I believe they played the Bears. That was the game that really made me realize, like, they're definitely not the same team. And I think they were on just a really good run last year because, respectfully to the Bears, trash. Caleb Williams, he's just not put into that elite quarterback, role yet. They're still just warming him up. Like, that Bears team is not good. And they barely beat them. And then, last week they got whomped by Minnesota. So they definitely need to come out with a big win. And especially against Jacksonville's very, very, very bad pass defense, I think Stroud will definitely have a day.
I would tend to agree. It's not Jacksonville hasn't really impressed and in any complete 4 quarters. That's what I've noticed throughout a lot of their games. It's either they play one good quarter or one good half, and their either second or first half is just garbage.
Yeah.
They played a great first half against Miami, couldn't close out in the second.
Dude, they didn't score. They didn't score in the second. Yeah, exactly.
They couldn't get going in the first half against Cleveland, which had them in a deficit, and against Buffalo, they were just all around. They were out of the game by halftime.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks poorly run. It looks like it's back to the same Jacksonville teams that went 5-11, 3-13 every year, and I think that kind of comes back to the stability of that organization just never really being that good. It's always felt like a sort of poverty franchise. And when you look at especially Houston with the last year under CJ Stroud, looking it over, after every one of their losses, they came in and Stroud was slinging it and firing it. And despite there being I think Joe Mixon's still questionable for this game. I think Tank Dell is out. I think big days for Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs against the Giants. It is.
I love Nico Collins today. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nico Collins very much due for a big day. Joe Mixon's back too.
Is he back?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And Stroud, I look for Stroud to have a big day today. What were you gonna say, Diamond?
Not really on topic, but kind of. But Mixon, that's where the Bengals' downfall was.
Yep.
They let a guy like Joe Mixon go because they didn't want to pay him $10 million, which I get. Running back market's a little different. Dude, just pay your people, man. It's the same. It goes to all levels of business, NFL, corporate, little mom and pop place. You gotta just pay your people, man. And look what he he got hurt, obviously, but dude, first game he went, 28 for 157? To Cincinnati that was. I personally think that was a big, maybe rift in the locker room there.
Yeah, because they lost that's a massive element of their offense because now they had the elite running game, and I feel like it really opened up the passing game for Burrow. Nobody expected him to struggle this much without Mixon, but yeah, you wonder like what's this guy? When are they gonna freaking pull it together? Because we all looked at Joe Burrow as an elite guy, but all right, back to Houston. Yeah, Houston on the other side too. I mean, Houston. It's kind of like I don't like what's going on with them, man. I mean they're 2-1. But they should.
It's a week 2.
They haven't.
No.
They haven't looked elite, but
No.
not mid-season yet. Maybe they'll come back.
And that's a good point as well. I feel like another thing, and this has really changed over the past, I'd say, 5 to 6 years, is like these first 3 weeks, which used to be like you need to come out and win these games, they're almost like, I mean, a lot of people call it the preseason now because none of these guys play in preseason. Like guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, like elite guys who never used to have, like they would never even need a snap in preseason. They would always play a game, even if it was just a quarter or like 2 drives, just to be in that element of a game time and take a hit. You got guys coming out and just underperforming. And I think it's because like they don't go through that like in game, practice. So a lot of these teams I do think will start to shape, but I always used to be like, oh, preseason doesn't matter, but I'm starting to realize it does matter, like a lot.
Derrick Henry's a prime example of that too. Like,
Yep.
You have like week 1, this dude was, he scored a touchdown. I think he scored 2 in that week 1 game. I think.
Yeah, he did have one. He did have one score.
Yeah, he had 1, and ever since he's just been on an upward trend. So yeah, those stars. Since I don't know when they stopped playing in the first quarter, but I think they need to get back to it. Play some football. Take a hit. Well, yeah.
I mean, we mentioned,
go on, Phil.
I mentioned earlier about Cincinnati. T. Higgins, it just came back. We mentioned that you probably shouldn't start him. I think that's part of it. You need to have time to reacclimate yourself into the game, and not playing in preseason doesn't like that's especially when I look back. I know we already went over Carolina, but Bryce Young played like minimal to no preseason time and came down and looked awful.
I mean, he played a snap.
Yeah, he hardly played in preseason. He didn't have any time to like get warmed up at all whatsoever.
New coach.
Yeah, Bryce Young hasn't earned his.
He had to play in preseason.
Yeah.
No way. Stroud played in preseason.
Yeah,
Young
right.
should have season 2.
Bryce Young has not earned his not playing in preseason privileges. Not even close.
No,
you got to be Aaron Rodgers to do
like
that.
I don't like that Carolina coach. I don't know. I mean, he's still got a lot to prove, obviously, but just that decision in itself, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people expect. We'll move on to the next one. Because all right, this is 2 healthy teams. It's indoors. Oh, actually, no, other than Tank Dell. And I'm pretty sure.
Outside of Tank Dell, but they still got 2 solid wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Stephon and Nico.
Oh, Evan Ingram is out for the Jags as well.
That's big.
Yeah, that's Trevor's security blanket. He's been out, and he hasn't really done much. He didn't even do anything week 1, so. That's
Interested. And the Texans' pass defense hasn't done that well, so I am interested to see against maybe a lesser efficient pass defense can Trevor maybe get it going. But I've definitely got the Texans in that one.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one. And we're still working on the pace of this. I don't know, it's 11:04.
Work in progress. Progress
Indeed.
is progress.
Work in progress. Exactly.
Indeed. All right, so now we have Denver playing the Jets.
Upset of the week.
Upset of the week is crazy.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
I think the Jets, if they don't beat this team handily, it's like they just need to put the league on notice with this one. I don't the Denver pulled an upset off against the Buccaneers a week ago. They're coming into this one feeling confident. This does have sort of the makings of a trap game for my New York Jets. I guess we just got to do what we do, man. We have some slight injuries on defense. CJ Mosley's doubtful. We should just handle business. Don't let Bo Nix do what he does.
Taking care of business.
Keep it
So, yeah,
simple.
last week against Tampa was interesting because it was the first time Denver had any offense, and I put it on the slide. But we have a baddie alert. That's Tyler Batty. He was 9 carries for 70 yards. And when you look at
Ooh.
the rush defense, they're actually kind of mediocre so far. They're actually giving up 4.8 yards per pop, despite holding Ramondre Stevenson to like zero point 0.3 total fantasy points. Like they did a very good job against New England. But this is a little bit more of a creative offense. This team with an offensive head coach, they're going to move the ball a little better than New England did.
Mm.
And the other thing that I'm looking at is in the matchup with like a guy like Patrick Surtain. I know that Garrett's kind of been slow for the year, but he's probably going to have a tough matchup as well. You're going to need guys like Lazard, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Tyler Conklin be those options.
Mhm.
And if it goes any similar to like what San Francisco did, because like on the first play you had to drop Lazard, you had miscommunications everywhere. You can't be having that in this kind of a game still, because I think Denver's going to have a little bit of an offense. I don't think they're going to be like New England and be held to just 3 points. Sean Payton's going to have a little bit more creativity. You're going to need to continuously move the ball on offense yourself, and if you have those miscues like you did week 1, it could get close quick.
Yeah, I think week 1 was just against the Niners. Aaron Rodgers has looked better every week. And one thing, as a Jets fan, I'm not worried about this game really, because yeah, you have Surtain on Wilson, you have Surtain guarding Garrett Wilson, but Lazard, bro, when Zach Wilson was throwing to Lazard a year ago, this guy was garbage. Lazard looked so bad, and I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but Lazard has looked about as good as Wilson. Like, he has looked like a good wide receiver too. I was thinking Mike Williams was going to be the wide receiver too coming into this year, but he's been just dotting them up, throwing to Lazard a ton. And I am kind of worried about the Jets run game, but or the Jets run defense, I should say. But yeah, I think the Jets will probably handle business with this one. Do the Broncos have any notable injuries?
I don't.
Top of my head.
No. I mean, I'm not glad they're definitely a team I don't keep up with as much as the others, just because, sorry to say this to all Broncos fans, barn burner of a team.
Yeah.
quite a barn burner of a team.
Like, dude, I look at this game, I say, 23 Jets, get it off my screen. I see it as a barn burner in the Jets' favor big time. I think the Broncos are trash, and that's where I'll leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just not a fan, dude. I don't like Sean Payton had his day with the Saints. I know he's got experience, but it's like, I don't see it, dude.
It's fraud. We'll get to the picks eventually, but it doesn't look great for the Denver.
It does not look good for the Broncos. Yeah, like we were saying a few days ago, dude, I would love to go to an NFL game, but if somebody invited me to a Broncos game, that is the team that I would spend the most time thinking about saying no, I don't want to go. Like, I'm sorry, Broncos fans.
So true.
Sorry.
Yeah, what about Bo Nix the GOAT? He's got the last name of your favorite basketball team. What do you?
Think about it.
Well, yeah. All right. On to the next one.
Yes,
Minnesota Green Bay, another freaking banger.
Wow, tough one. Tough one here in Green Bay.
This might be my game of the week, dude, because
it's a fair. Yeah, that's a fair one.
Actually, no,
sure.
It would be game of the week if not for the primetime matchup of Bills Ravens. But
That's true.
Dude, you have a hot Malik Willis throwing dots all over the place against an elite Vikings pass defense with a freaking even more elite playing in peak form Sam Darnold. This guy is Phil, correct me if I'm wrong. He's first in the league in touchdown passes, right?
First in the league in touchdown passes, despite the fact that he's actually been pressured on 40% of his dropbacks. I thought was impressive when I found that out. Considering that offensive line is not, it's not a bad offensive line, but it's not like I wouldn't say that.
And
But he's still taking hits. He's still been pressured, and he's done a fantastic job delivering to Justin Jefferson. Has caught a touchdown pass every week. So is, I think, who's the other guy? Jalen Naylor catching a touchdown.
Jalen Naylor's coming out of the woodwork. Yeah.
There's still no Jordan Addison. There's still no T.J. Hawkinson. Aaron Jones has been great. This is a revenge game for him going back to Green Bay.
I love Aaron Jones. Yeah, man.
This has been, I mean, this isn't even them at their height of their powers, and they're dropping 30 plus on I think is a solid Houston Texans defense. And we'll see what they do against Green Bay, who's had a very good year in terms of turnovers. I mean, they've already hit 7 interceptions. They had 7 picks last year.
Wow.
7 in 3 weeks. So
you said they had 7 picks in total last year, and they already have 7 picks in 3 weeks, Minnesota?
That's insane.
yeah, they got I think 9 total turnovers for us. So it's gonna be, I mean, all sides of the ball for both these teams have played very well, considering the situation you would have thought they would have been in the beginning of the season or after one. You wouldn't have expected this from either of these teams, but both have impressed.
Yeah,
Both exceed expectation.
the fact that Minnesota is dismantling quarterbacks and dismantling defenses when nobody expected them to be in this situation after J.J. McCarthy got hurt, it's just awesome
It's
to
a
see.
problem.
Love a story like that, man.
Yeah. Also, quick question. I know Jordan Love's questionable, but I'm looking at FanDuel here. They do have him as the quarterback with a throwing prop. So I'm
Yeah.
interested. I know he's a game time, but that makes me think he's going to play. And also, Jair Alexander's questionable. Limited practice on Friday. If they don't have him, that is a huge loss for them, and that's going to be very big day for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
That's how they handled him last
I
time.
mean, I think he'll have a big day anyways because he's the number one guy, and Sam Darnold's going to give him the ball. Obviously, he's going to throw him the ball a lot, but yeah, that's going to be interesting. I wish they would. I hate game time decisions. It's like, bro, it's 2 hours before game time. I need to know.
Playing or not, generally too. I
Yeah.
feel like they already know regardless.
They're like,
It's like, you know whether or not you're playing.
Yeah,
So-
dude.
I mean, shit, when I'm sick, I know whether or not I'm going to work like 12 hours before.
Yeah, it's valid. It's like you look at the watch, it's like 1 a.m. Yeah, it's calling.
Yeah.
Well, you won't do it for another like 2 hours.
Oh, and another fun little tidbit. Aaron Jones returns to Green Bay for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That one's big. He's had a nice so far season for the Vikings. The other thing that's interesting, Diamond, you brought up that Jordan Love has a passing prop. I saw a report earlier in the week that he could play, but somehow the Packers intend on using both of these.
Yeah, dual quarterback. And,
I love it.
that's interesting. I don't know
I-
how they're going to do that, but I'm interested to see how.
I kind of don't like it because if you think Jordan Love's had a severe MCL injury and Malik Willis is playing well, why are you bothering rushing him back? Why don't you let him get fully healthy?
That's what dude. That's what I was talking about with someone. Like, bro, it's week 4 and you're 2-1, and Malik Willis is playing fine. Like, just dude, let your franchise quarterback rest up.
Exactly.
Mm.
That's my immediate thought. I
There's
was like,
no point to rush him back, man. There's no point in that.
LaFleur must have him in fantasy or something. That's all I can think.
Yeah, Jordan Love has himself in fantasy, and he's fired up to get back on the field.
He's like, I gotta play.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
mean,
be in. Put me in.
from a franchise standpoint, from a Green Bay Packers fan standpoint, I would not want the 2 quarterback system, most likely. But I'm excited to see this, man. I love a 2 quarterback system. That's so fun to watch.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be interesting.
Like, you have Malik Willis, run a little wildcat. I want to see some trickeration.
Ooh, trickeration.
But yeah, that's going to be a great game. 2 unexpectedly really good teams that just have fluent offenses and stifling defenses. Great stuff.
Good.
All right.
Good
Now-
time.
Another one. Phil's Steelers. Phil's undefeated Steelers behind the rush of TJ Watt
Woodall.
and the shocking accuracy of Justin Fields playing the underperforming Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. This is a big game for the Colts. What do you think, Phil?
They're listen, so this is the classic Steelers. They'll start well, and then once they're like defined as a good team, they'll lose games like this, which is why I'm like kind of quietly concerned. But everything on paper tells me this is such a mismatch. The Anthony Richardson's rating has dropped every single week. He has thrown 6 interceptions already.
Ooh.
Damn.
Now Alex Highsmith is out with a groin injury, but Nick Herbig came in against the Chargers and had like 8 pass rushing snaps, got 2 sacks, a forced fumble. They're going to be fine rushing the passer. And Justin Fields' completion percentage, he's just going to take what they give him. I think we need to see a lot more guys like Pickens and Pat Freiermuth in the passing game in terms of deep ball opportunities. But this again, like, this is the best defense right now in the National Football League. The main thing that I saw stat-wise was, surprisingly, the Colts actually rank number 1 in terms of yards per play on first down. It's like I think it's 7.7.
Wow.
So if the game plan should be try to limit them, not allow them to get those short like third and like the 3rd and 8s, the 3rd and 10s, the 3rd and 12s, and just rush them. Just get them. And this is one of the better Steelers secondaries I've seen in my time in a while. So I'm excited for Joey Porter Jr. I need Minka to get me a pick. And I'm just 4-0 is on the cards. And if somehow Cincinnati loses to Carolina, I think it'll be so funny to see Pittsburgh at 4-0 and Cincinnati at 0-4. I think that'd bring the biggest smile to my face.
Yeah.
I don't need a Christmas present. That's my Christmas present.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Steelers look great. Colts are underwhelming. I think I'm no longer a believer in the Colts as a team this year.
No, not at all.
I thought they would be good, but that defense has just been getting. It's Swiss cheese, man. Swiss cheese defense.
Their run defense.
Like,
Jeez.
yeah, run defense is horrible, and they aren't going to be able to use Jonathan Taylor against the Steelers. Well, I mean that effectively. And yeah, I hope Indy can figure it out because I think Anthony Richardson is a very exciting player, but does not look that way in the near future.
No.
It does not. I'm excited, man. I didn't think I'd have this. But these are the games we need to win too. The latter half in like November and December gets super tough, and we're only gonna be able to at best probably win like about half those games. So we're gonna need to win these ones. These are the ones we gotta win.
Indeed, big game for the Steelers because yeah, they've already got some quality wins. Just keep the train rolling, man.
Choo choo.
All right, now we got LA Rams, Matt Stafford and the banged up Rams. No Cooper, no Puka against Caleb Williams.
Dude, that's like, it sounds like you're ordering it the Aki way. No Koopa, no Puka. Boom!
Oh, Googmeister says, on God, big words.
Yup, I'm a big word. I'm a wordist.
Yeah, we use
Oxford, the Webster. I got the dictionary.
Thesaurus.
Yeah.
Dinosaurus.
Yeah, you thought Philip White was looking at NFL stats. He's actually just looking at the Oxford Dictionary right now.
Going like,
Yeah, dude, you idiot.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, I feel like and at home in Chicago, that Rams defense is meh. It's pretty good. I'm kind of a believer in Caleb Williams today. I feel like he could have a pretty big game. I mean, we have Keenan Allen coming back. That lack of pass protection is still pretty powerful for Chicago and Caleb Williams. It's kind of, I feel like it's lacking. It's stuttering his growth as a quarterback. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think that he does need to have a big game this week. And with those three receivers, you have him like they obviously went, all right, we're all in on Caleb Williams. They already had DJ Moore, drafted Doomsday, and trade for Keenan Allen. They're all in. Let's let him pass the ball 40 times a game. Like if he's that guy, like let's get that air alliance moving. And just looking at, I got the defensive stats pulled up here. The Rams, who is a very banged up team right now, even though I like the veteranship of their team, they are the third worst in yards per carry on the run, which is 5.1, and they are also third worst in yards total, which is 530. And then going over to the passing side, not a very good supporting cast. Yards wise, once again, they are bottom 5, bottom 6, and then they've also allowed the second most passing touchdowns. So this is a game where you let Caleb Williams go. Like you let him throw the ball, let that offense start working. And yeah, I see it being an interesting game, but this is a game that the Bears can definitely squeeze out.
Yeah, let him cook. Let him throw that ball.
Let him cook, dude. Let him cook.
Let him cook. I was gonna also, the one thing I look at in this game is so last week the Rams were able to somehow get a miraculous win against San Francisco. Part of that comes down to the coaching element of Sean McVay. I came into this season I was not a huge fan of Matt Eberflus, and that because defensive coach doesn't really fully understand offense, and you just have a lack of ability to move the ball on occasion. Like right now, like there was a play, it was a 4th and goal last week against Indianapolis. It was this awful DeAndre Swift run. It happened a lot that week. There were a lot of outside runs that just went nowhere on 4th, which I don't understand. Just
On
bury the ball
what?
up the middle.
On 4th and short, you said you.
Yeah, like 4th and inches. They had like these zone runs instead of just up the gut, halfback dive or quarterback sneak. And it looked atrocious. The Bears offensive line just completely did not block anybody, and that's a huge concern against a coach has won a unit with a staff, like a head coach that has won a Super Bowl, understands how to attack rookie quarterbacks, and understands how to move the ball as an offense despite not having a Puka Nacua or a Cooper Kupp. I think the Bears defense has played a little better in comparison this year to San Francisco's, but against a rookie with no offensive line and one of the worst rushing attacks in the NFL. Like they're one of 3 teams this year that have yet to even rush for 100 yards in a game. They have to hope that the Rams' rush defense is as bad as it looks on paper, because it's like 31st. It's like dead last in the yards allowed. It's like 31st in rushing and then last overall in total yards. So if there's any game Caleb's going to play well, it has to be this. But if that offensive line doesn't hold up, it's not going to be. It's going to be more pressures, more guys in his face, more errant passes. We'll see. This one should be more. I think this is going to be either a very high scoring game or a very low scoring. It's not going to be like a
No in
I guess
between.
average.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Caleb Williams. I want to see that guy do well. This is an opportunity. I feel like Chicago has an opportunity to mix it up with this game, because that Rams defense is not what it used to be now that Aaron Donald has been gone. And yeah, I think either the Rams blow them out or it's a close game, coin flip. All right, now we got Philly and Tampa Bay. 2 teams that have been
weird game.
Yeah, unexpectedly bad and unexpectedly good. Yeah, a potential playoff matchup.
Little Jalen Hurtsy, little Baker-esque.
Baker-esque.
Yeah, the Eagles last week were able to, in a way, save this first leg of the season with the win against the Saints. Jalen Hurts still looking shaky, weird.
It's weird.
He needs to pick it up and look like the Jalen Hurts we know. The absence of Jason Kelce has kind of been showing much more than I had anticipated. Also,
I think it's coaching.
What the hell happened with the Bucs a week ago, man? Losing like that to the Broncos? Like,
It makes you. it's like back to that weird first 3 weeks of the not having the preseason, man. Like teams are not performing what they're, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do
Mhm.
week one they beat the Commanders, obviously not great, but like they put 38 points up on them, and then week two you go to Detroit and upset them. But like Detroit's also one of those teams we're a little concerned about, like because they're not, popping. They're winning, but like they're not, at insane alliance they were last year.
Yeah.
But then yeah, you lose at home. They were at home last week, right? Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you lose at home to like one of the worst teams in the league. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Neither do I. It's
Good.
I think this is gonna be a good game.
Me too.
And I'm looking for Tampa to get that run game involved, man, because that
Yeah, man.
that Eagles secondary is good with Darius Slay, but no Fletcher Cox for the Eagles. That pass rush is just not what it used to be. Not and yeah, that front seven for the Eagles is just not what it used to be. And yeah, get Rashad White involved. That's my tip for the Bucks, man.
Yes, dude. And for my fantasy team. Yeah, get Rashad White involved, please. Thank you. About time, dude. They've been letting what's his name? Bucky Irving? Is that his name?
Yeah, Bucky Irving's been kind of
Yeah,
cooking.
Who the hell
Bucky
are even
Brooks.
you?
I remember
Jackson
thinking that
Mahomes.
during the draft. That guy's a rookie, right?
Yeah.
is he really?
Rookie
Wow.
running back.
Wow.
Stepping
Yeah,
up.
that's impressive stuff. But just mix the run game in more so you can open up the passing game because you can't against some teams you'll be able to get away with just finding Mike Evans and Kate Otten, but
That's someone who needs to get going too.
get that multi-dimensional offense going. That's what it's going to take because I think Jalen
Back
Hurts,
first.
Jalen like we were talking about with the preseason, I guess the woes from not playing in the preseason. I think we're exiting that little phase of the season. So let's not expect Jalen Hurts to be that 2 interceptions a game guy coming into today. And yeah, the Eagles aren't going to be playing around.
We hope.
No, sir. Their coach is on the
No,
hot
they're
seat,
still very good.
in my opinion. Sirianni's on the hot seat.
Also, yeah, for real. They have there's some pressure coming into this one for Philly, and don't let the name Baker Mayfield make you think that it's just an average quarterback. This guy,
Stud.
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 As of a week ago, this guy was he had the most touchdown passes in the league. Sam Darnold overtook him for that. Maybe it was the second most. I think he had 5. Baker did, and Darnold had like 6 or 7. But Baker's top 3 in the league in touchdown passes. Has Baker thrown a pick yet?
Oh yeah, he's definitely throwing an interception. He's
just
throwing
like
a pick. He's throwing a pick or
yeah.
two. But
How?
he's joining the Bucks.
My Baker.
He's fourth. He's fourth in the NFL in touchdown passes, joining Tampa. Which, I mean, if you're top 5 in a category that's not interceptions, backs taken basically, and you're up there over the course of a year, that's pretty darn impressive.
Indeed.
It's it's a nice fit. It's a really nice fit in Tampa. He would have fit in Cleveland too, but Cleveland
Cleveland
doesn't know what they're doing.
Cleveland doesn't have any patience.
No, dude, they don't at all. But yet they have patience with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a reason there's all those Ohio memes of freaking monsters
Fake
and
state.
demons.
Some
Yeah,
and some
not real.
Not real.
some notable injuries for the game. No AJ Brown still. There were some talks, some murmurs that he might come back. Still no AJ Brown. Guess who else is out? Devontae Smith.
Smith.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So-
You're down your top 2 receivers.
That
Could be
just
a lot of
eliminated
Goddard.
their passing game. I did
Mhm.
not know that. That is huge.
Yeah, potentially big game for Saquon Barkley. Expect a lot of short passes too.
Definitely a big game for Yes, sir.
All right.
Wow, dude, they don't who do they even have?
And then
I'm just looking at I'm looking
Right.
at the
You
Then
go.
our first game of the 4
God.
o'clock slot.
No,
Best game of the
God.
day. I'm so excited.
Jacoby Brissett. Let's
Game
go.
Give me my goat. Give me my goat, Jacoby Brissett.
First 2 weeks I said, oh my god, the Patriots
Whoa!
might be legit, and I don't like it. And then last week against the Jets, and like obviously the Jets are definitely a better team, but they just showed that the Patriots are not legit, and I think it continues that way. San Francisco
And on
should dominate this game.
on top of that, yeah, San Francisco's going to dominate. I mean, Jordan Mason has been looking like CMC pretty much. And last week, Ramondre Stevenson, this guy who, is sort of, there's this growing narrative of him slowly becoming one of the best running backs in the league. Or I wouldn't say, I feel like the false narrative is that he's becoming one of the best. I think the accurate one is he's just becoming better. He's run of the mill. I mean, last week against a banged up Jets run defense, this guy, I can't remember how many yards per carry he was getting, but I remember that I took him to get like over 63.5 rushing yards or something. He got like 20. Ran the ball like 9 times. This guy was getting 2 yards a carry. If he could only do that against a banged up Jets defense, I mean the Patriots. Sorry, I was looking at Phil's camera.
It's like it's off for some reason. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, you're good. No worries. But yeah, the Patriots offense is so one-dimensional that the San Fran's just gonna cook them. The spread is 10.5, and I still love the Niners any day of the week. Yeah, ugly game coming into this one. Also,
Big ugly.
how about Jawan Jennings last week, dude? 3 touchdowns, 11 receptions, just because he filled in. It's like San Fran is a gold mine of talent. Maybe it's the system, probably. Shanahan is cooking in there. He just makes guys look amazing. They are
an offensive guru.
Yeah, they are the best possible offensive situation to be brought into. 77 degrees, clear skies. Expect San Fran to cook. All right, now.
Actually, also interesting thing to note, Debo is playing in that game. I thought he was.
Debo's back.
Turns out he is going to be playing in this game.
That's huge. That's huge.
Also, don't forget the GOAT Brissett has no interceptions yet this year. Oh,
Wow.
And also, it's dead last in passing per game.
yeah. We've got Diamonds picks coming soon, but a little one-off TAF wild card pick. Niners defense to score a touchdown today.
Not impossible.
I kind of like that.
Book it with that.
Book it with TAF. Yeah, that's another.
Look at what's up.
That's another miniature segment that could come to the primetime show. Bring in the boom. All right, second game of the 4:00 slot. Washington and Arizona. Arizona is a strong 1-2. Not a Panthers 1-2, a strong 1-2. I feel like the main talk of the town, other than that that Kyler to Marvin Harrison connection that's growing, is Jaden Daniels' accuracy on Monday night a week ago, man. Like 21 for 23, dogs, on primetime in Cincy.
Was a great performance. Was a fantastic performance by him.
He's becoming one of the most exciting players in the league right now. Well, he's one of the most exciting players in the league right now. Like
100%. He's that Lamar Jackson prototype,
Mm-hmm.
And I think with a better arm.
Yeah, I think Lamar's overrated. I won't go as far as to say he's better than Lamar 3 games into his career or anything, but Lamar's
just keep developing. Yeah.
Yeah, if all the potential in the world for Jaden Daniels. You have Brian Robinson Jr., who's looked good as well, and
yeah, dude, really good.
And Arizona, though, this is a must-win for Arizona.
Definitely.
It does feel that way, yeah. I mean, you're at home. You're up against a rookie quarterback. Despite
And they're looking good too, like you said, a strong 1-2. They lost to the Bills barely when I thought the Bills were going to beat them by like 3 touchdowns, and then they who'd they beat? Oh, they smoked the Rams. Obviously, they were banged up, but then they played a Detroit team, didn't lose too bad, but they're a good team. They're definitely back with Kyler, and definitely a must win for them. And I think Kyler Murray in that passing offense, especially Marvin Harrison, against Washington, who's once again worst pass defense in the league, I expect him to have a really big day.
Yep. Arizona overall is just too good to go 1-3, I think, and it's that Commanders defense just isn't there yet. I think.
No, not even close.
Phil, any?
Yeah, surprising it's not there yet.
Yeah.
I think it's surprising considering that they've always had good rushers. Like guys like Jonathan Allen. They had Montez Sweat. They did draft Chase Young. He was like good 1 year.
Yeah.
It's a little shocking.
Dude, that was a weird. Talk about a weird
not
like,
being good anymore.
downfall. Yeah. Must have been the ACL when he tore his ACL or whatever he hurt. Like that just ruined him. Sucks.
Yeah, not quite not never the same player.
That's bananas.
This one will be interesting. I think this is another game that could if I was calling overs or unders, I'd probably pick this just because you've got two teams that defenses are still not particularly good. Washington's got a decent pressure rate, but they have been bad at wrapping up, like getting actual sacks. So I think Kyler Murray's going to end up evading and making big plays. And the same thing with Jaden Daniels. Arizona just doesn't have a very high pressure rate, and they don't blitz a whole lot. So Jaden's going to have a lot of time in the pocket as well. I think this is going to be – I wouldn't doubt it. What was it? There was no – Washington's punter still has yet to punt, right? I think it was like the stat he hasn't punted since week 1, which is so funny to me because –
That's what Caleb Williams said.
Caleb Williams said
Yeah.
that. Jaden Daniels.
You're not gonna have to
doing it.
punt a lot, bro.
You're not gonna stand.
No, he was throwing for 94 yards a game. You're not gonna have to punt.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
A little off topic, but it's so funny. Like people like Caleb Williams and Jared McCain seem like this new brand of human. Like they're just like I don't know. They're just like vibing, super confident, but like damn, you really said that before your first NFL game.
Yeah, like I like the confidence, but slow your roll there, Bucky.
A tad little clownish, if you will.
A tad bit clownish.
Just got an act. Jordan Love is in. Joe Mixon out. Just got
Or-
an alert.
Oh.
Jordan Love is in. Joe Mixon is out. All right.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull that up real quick.
So,
Let me know if this affects
does
my
it-
camera. Is my camera
Does
still
that what does that mean for Malik Willis? Yeah, your camera was still on, but when you yeah, you're chilling.
Probably means Malik is
on? That's
not.
so cool.
Is
Like,
Malik out?
So I don't think he's out, but I think he'll be in that kind of two quarterback thing you were talking about. So the big names I'm seeing here: Jordan Love, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Keenan Allen, Rashad White, Bucky Irving, and Vita Vea are all active, and Joe Mixon is out. Obviously, Jair Alexander is ruled out. That is a big deal. And
Porno
CJ
Viking,
Mosley,
porno Viking.
you already said CJ Mosley was doubtful, but he has been officially ruled out.
CJ Mosley ruled out. Jair Alexander ruled out. Joe Mixon ruled out.
Vikings by a million.
Vikings by a million.
I am alien.
I can't believe, man. I was looking forward to seeing my guy Malik play. So Malik is officially is it confirmed they're not doing the 2 quarterback system?
No, they probably will.
Oh.
They probably will. I think. I mean, now that Jordan Love is officially in, I bet they do it. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh man, I'm excited about that.
100%.
All right, let's
Yes, sir.
move on to this next one. Kansas City against the Chargers. I mean,
Gross. Makes one of you.
Kelsey should be getting less snaps. He's had an abysmal start.
Chargers off to an interesting start as well.
I feel like there's not that much to say about this one. Chargers off to an interesting start, but they're gonna lose today, man.
Yeah. No, Kansas City, even though they're not looking too good, they control the AFC West year in, year out. And I think Mahomes his record against, like, it's insane. I'm just never doubting Mahomes against a divisional matchup. So, I mean, I don't.
Kansas City, like San Fran, just no matter the circumstances, they just manage to look good. The next man up, he still balls, you know?
Yeah, dude. Once again, coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Andy Reid, man.
There's always
Andy Reid.
a guy.
I'll
There's
say,
always a guy that fills a role.
I'll say look for a big day from Noah Gray, the Kansas City tight end.
Ray.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And
that.
who is sorry, that wasn't what I was gonna say. Is Justin Herbert playing?
He is gonna go. He will go despite playing through an ankle
God.
injury.
Justin
I don't
Herbert,
like that.
good to
He's
go.
I hate to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it, but I think he gets re-injured.
What?
Yep.
I don't know. Dude, he cannot stay healthy, bro.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're pushing him through this injury is like, dude, he's your guy. Like, I know you want to win games, but
I know, yeah.
And
that
I mean, you just brought in Harbaugh. Give him a year. You know, honestly, if I'm the Chargers, I'm cool with I'm in no rush to try and make some playoff push. Let's just see what we got outside of Herbert and play some football. Let's not get super emotional if we lose a game. This is a feeling out season to see where we're at, and then
exactly.
you start.
It can't get much worse than Brandon Staley. You're already past that era. It can't get much worse than that. Herbert's still young. It's like, what, 26? He's Burrow's age. 2 is 8? No, like 26.
Yeah, right. Like,
I don't know, man. I just don't like pushing a quarterback, especially an ankle injury, dude. Like, I feel like they linger with quarterbacks a lot, and, like, I just don't like the pushing of it if it's actually somewhat of a bad injury.
I'm with
I
you.
don't know what it is. Let me look it up.
The other thing
Is
that
it just
is-
ankle?
I think it's an ankle. I think it was a sprain, I think it was a low ankle sprain. So I'm not. Last time I heard about it. But when you're talking a team, what I'm interested to see is if Herbert's playing. So if he is playing, one thing that's a problem for the Chargers is that they've had a decent running game. They have
Facts. JK.
nobody in the receiver game has fully established themselves. Quentin Johnson has looked better than his rookie year for sure, but in terms of actually being a guy who can catch like 8 for 98, like an 8 catch 98 game or like a 9 catch 30-yard game, nobody on this team is that at all. Lad McConkey played through.
Well, you're cutting out a good bit.
Looking at the like the receivers, you need like somebody in the receiving game to step up, and no one. I'm curious to see who will do that because if there was a game to do it, it's this one because it feels like it's a divisional rival matchup. You're playing against the defending Super Bowl champs. You're at home. Somebody from that receiving corps needs to step up this game for me to think that the Chargers can actually make a run, assuming Herbert's healthy.
To me, Joshua Palmer is one of the most boring receivers in the league. But Josh Palmer, maybe. Josh Palmer. Also, J.K. Dobbins. I mean, you have Chris Jones on that D line for Kansas City, but if you can get J.K. Dobbins rolling, which that's mainly the reason that I think this isn't going to be that competitive of a game, is because I think that like when the Chargers were riding J.K. Dobbins in their two victories, Lad McConkey's been able to scoop up a couple touchdowns. But yeah, I think the Chargers are going to want to rely on their passing game. Maybe Herbert can sling it around a bit, but Mahomes remains 17-1 on the road against division rivals, which is just wild.
What? Yeah, that's a huge stat.
Yeah.
Crap,
Yeah.
dude.
17-1 against division rivals.
I'm never gonna go against that, like until obviously it starts to get like going on downfall and it's not that powerful. I can't. You can't deny that stat. That's insane, dude.
Yeah, my like for like the bit, I'll super hate on Patrick Mahomes, but that dude is so good. How the hell are you doing that? This guy, I'm not gonna say the stat because I don't have the well, I will say what I think it is. This guy, like, how long has he been in the pros? 7 years, right? Is that it?
It's been since 2017. You drafted in 2017. Yeah, I think it's the 7th year as a starter.
What is it? Like, he's only missed the conference championship twice? Like,
no, he's never missed a conference championship.
He's never.
oh my
always
God!
there.
Like, what? Stop it,
That's
Patrick.
insane, dude.
Stop it.
This is Patrick.
No. Is this a new AFC team? No, this is Patrick.
All right, next one. Our fourth of the 4 p.m. slot. We've got Cleveland versus Las Vegas. Two meh teams. I think I've been overrating the Browns a lot.
Me too. And I'm done with it. I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done with them.
Sucks.
And I think I've been underrating Mr. Gardner Minshew.
You have not. He just lost to Carolina.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a weird team. No, but you're right. Like, they lose to Carolina, but they came back and won against Baltimore. I know
Yeah, but-
Baltimore's kind of off to a rocky start, but
Mhm.
like, do they have something? Maybe. I mean, that's still impressive to come back against Baltimore, even though Baltimore kind of sold. Like, you wonder, like,
Mhm.
what are they capable?
Booty
What
Cheeks.
are they capable?
Booty Cheeks game. One of the probably the slowest
Gross.
matchups
Like,
of the week.
I won't watch a second of that game.
We've got Deshaun Watson having the worst start to a season of his career, with 58% completion percentage, only 3 touchdowns through 3 games, 2 interceptions, 551 yards total. Whereas, the actual good performers, despite, people calling it a passing league over the past couple of years, we have seen lower passing numbers. But whereas,
Yeah.
you have Sam Darnold at the top of the league. This is like a Madden sim. It's like you sim 5 years ahead. It's like, what are Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield doing at the top of the passing stats? But yeah, you have Sam Darnold, who's got
Where they belong.
probably, I would pull up the stats, but I've got this slideshow. But yeah, you have Sam Darnold with 8 touchdowns or something, Baker with 7. Deshaun's stinking it up in short.
Yeah.
No Max Crosby or Devontae for the Raiders. The Raiders, 4th in passing yards per game. I guess it's just a matter of protecting Gardner, not letting Miles get in the head of their quarterback. Yeah.
Back for presents.
Here's the wild thing that I just want to comment real quick. Here's the wild thing about something with like the Deshaun Watson thing. What I've seen a lot, at least for Cleveland fans, is the offensive line is so bad that it doesn't really give Deshaun much of an opportunity. Balderdash, he's had poor offensive line play before, and it's not like he's 35; he's 29.
Yeah, dude.
He's not this. He just looks terrible. And
He just doesn't
the
look like
other-
himself.
and he made comments, I think it was about like, would you think you'll like try to run the football more?
I was just gonna bring that up.
Or not?
Yes, roll
And he
that.
says
Yeah.
like, no, I'm a quarterback. I'm supposed to throw the ball. I'm like, dude, you do what it takes to win the game.
Yes, dude, you don't say
running the
that.
ball-
Yeah.
if
right.
running the ball's gonna help you, I saw like,
Yeah.
why,
No,
how
I'm
are
a
you
quarterback.
saying that?
That's like something somebody, a quarterback playing Pop Warner football would say, it seems. Like, no, I'm a quarterback, man.
Right.
I need to throw. That's like
It's
kind of brain dead.
Yeah.
Like,
What's those options in like
There-
like as you develop a player where they have like be responsible or act like a dick, and he picked the act like a dick option.
yeah. Minus 10 team chemistry, minus 500 followers. Like,
Okay, dude. Sure
and
thing,
it's
man.
not like he can't
Alright.
run. It's not like he can't run. Like you said, he's 29. You see those Houston highlights, dude? He was jumping over players to get into the end zone. Like he's more than capable. I guess he's just I don't know, strange man. Strange man.
Nah, I
Strange
don't really
man.
feel like it.
And then prime time tonight.
Holy crap.
The corporate game of the week and our game of the week, most likely.
Corporate game of the week.
Corporate game. That's crazy. Corporate game of the week.
Yeah, because last week, I can't remember what the corporate game of the week was. It was Cowboys Ravens, but our game of the week was Lions Cardinals.
Yeah.
But we've got a rainy night. It says 70 degrees and cloudy. It's going to be a rainy night in Baltimore tonight. And
Means running the ball, baby.
yep, Buffalo faces their biggest challenge of the year. Expect more running. James Cook is having his best season as a pro yet. Lamar
Oh.
Lamar and the Ravens 1-2. And nobody really expected them to be 1-2. The assumption is they're better than their 1-2 record. I mean,
Right.
Derrick Henry also, I was sort of expecting, about a year ago, I thought that Derrick Henry cliff was approaching, and he's been inflating. He's been a volume player
Yeah.
week to week, man.
Yeah.
He's only improved. When you expect more running tonight, perhaps a
I-
duel
I-
between Cook and Henry.
gonna be a lot of running. I think this is a very the Bills so far haven't necessarily been reliant on Josh Allen to win this season.
Wait, say that
This
one more
is a
time.
game
Sorry,
where
you cut out.
he just hasn't been like the Bills haven't relied on him as much this year.
Which is
in terms
surprising.
of just right, you would think they would need him more without like Diggs, but I think it actually allows them to spread the ball around a lot more. James Cook to have his opportunities. I think tonight though, this is a game where Josh Allen gets on the horse and runs, especially if the conditions are what we expect them to be. It's going to be a ground and
A ground and pound what?
pound type of football game.
Oh,
Ground
yeah.
and pound, baby.
I think
Ground and
Ground
pound them.
expect a lot of running, expect a lot of scrambling too. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of fun broken pass plays that get extended and turn into a run or some crazy errant pass that could turn out as magic or a horrible turnover. I'm excited. It should be a very competitive game. I mean, that Bills defense, despite the injuries that they had a week ago,
They're balling.
yeah, Von Miller looks good, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie, forgot he was a person for a while. And Drew brought him up week 1. I was like, oh my god, you do still have Von Miller. He's not good anymore. And then dude, he's balling.
Yeah, man,
He's balling.
he's cooking. And another fun little piece of information is, dude, Buffalo. They're on their first 3-0 start since 2020. Their last AFC Championship
really?
appearance.
Oh, that's huge. Unfortunately, they'll go to the AFC Championship to lose again.
Nah,
Sorry to all the Bills
unless
fans
it's
out
to the
there.
Jets. Unless
No,
it's
I'm
to the
not-
Jets.
I know they've looked really good early on, like you just said, 2020. I think they look better now because they actually have a team game. It's not just let's get Diggs the ball, and I mean I don't think that was their only issue. I think they struggled early last year with Ken Dorsey. He sucked. Got Joe Brady in there, tried to get things moving, and now you see Joe Brady in full effect after having half a year as interim offseason with Josh, getting those young receivers involved, especially James Cook, who's having a phenomenal year already. He had a great year last year. A very solid team, literally across the board. No flukes yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've shown no real weakness.
they've been solid as a rock. Should be a great game.
Putting these on my door real quick.
What's on your door? What are you putting that on?
I put all my picks on the sticky notes just because I don't want to be texted on my phone because I'm trying to do this with y'all. So I wrote them on sticky notes, all the parlays I did.
Oh, beautifully
And,
done.
I'm writing it on here so then Drew can just come grab it and then he can send them to Todd as well.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Can't wait for the triple touchdown.
Yeah, ride the parlay with prime time and
on its way.
2 more games, and then we're entering the triple touchdown theory. All right,
Triple touchdown theory.
that's the end of our Sunday slate. Now let's move on to the 2 Monday games. Oh, we got Diamonds Dolphins. Diamond, I'll take the lead on this, man. What do you think?
All right, guys. So I'm gonna be honest here. I don't feel so good about the Dolphins. Just obviously not having a quarterback, it sucks. Aspirations this year were through the roof.
Yep.
Started off decent and then got smoked by Buffalo too. It gets hurt. We lose last week to Seattle. Kind of expected to. I see a slight turnaround here with Tyler Huntley. He's not, the best guy in the league. He's not the best passer, whatever. But just watching how he played in Baltimore when Lamar was down, the fact that he knows he can scramble. If you watched that game last week, Skylar Thompson almost thought that the line of scrimmage was like a laser field, and that if he crossed that, he would get killed, which he probably would.
Which he probably would
He
have.
just he seems so just not prepared. And Tyler Huntley, a guy who knows he's came in games before and he's had to play multiple games. And I mean, even Mike McDaniel said it's his experience. And I mean, the Dolphins are still a great team across the board. It's just we need a quarterback. So if he can come in and at least just be a role player, I see us. I don't want to say crush because we're still struggling without a QB, but I think we beat Tennessee, and Tennessee just hasn't proven anything. They have a couple good receivers in Hopkins and Ridley, but Will Levis, he's guaranteed to make some stupid mistake.
I was about to say the
And
same thing.
And like whether it's like putting mayonnaise on the ball or just like throwing the ball to the left when like you're supposed to throw it forward, or like just fumbling by like not even getting touched. He's
Mhm.
just not it. And I don't know. They're another team with a new coach. They're 0-3. They're just not impressive to me. I think they're bottom 2, bottom 3 teams in the league. So Miami, if they can just come together as a team, play smart.
Yeah, every week this guy finds a new way to goof up. I'm excited to see
Dude,
what
wicked.
wild stuff Will Levis
Dude,
gets
he is
up to.
a thumbnail machine.
He is a thumbnail machine. When this gets uploaded to YouTube, Will Levis might be the thumbnail.
Every time.
All right, now we have our final matchup of the Week 4 slate of games, and we have Seahawks-Lions, which I will definitely be tuning into.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
You
It's
have
gonna be fun.
you have Kenneth Walker returning. Kenneth Walker is a dog. That guy is a hell of an athlete. We've got it 69 degrees at Ford Field. Very nice. Yeah. Detroit needs to. I don't know. It's gonna be a competitive game.
I expect
I'm
a big
looking
game
at
from Detroit here.
Goff as someone to highlight here. I think it's gonna be a big game. I think Goff is what I'm looking at because through the first couple of games, I haven't seen him play at the same level that I good, but there have been moments where I'm like, dang, like this offense has not been scoring as much as I thought it would be. I mean, you actually look at each of their games; they have yet to they haven't cracked 30, right? For an offense that we presume to be this high flying, putting points in the end zone. They need to be better in the red zone. Which is what I don't. They need a guy like Sam LaPorta. That should be their red zone guy. He's been incredibly quiet. I think a lot of the tight ends have been disappointing this year, but this is a game where I think he needs to have a huge game. I think Goff needs to just be careful with the football, and this is gonna, I think, be because this is Seattle's first real test. They were 3-0, but who did they really play? They played Bo Nix in Denver. They played Miami Dolphins without Tua, and they needed overtime to beat New England. So, looking at that, I think this is going to really give us a good idea of how impressive those wins actually were by going into Detroit.
Yes.
Yep.
And the interesting
100%.
thing, just to finish it off, looking at the Seattle Seahawks specifically and their matchup with Detroit, I don't think the Lions have beat them since I think it's 2012. It's been a long time since the Lions have won against Seahawks, and as Taff often says, they're due.
They are
They're
due.
with how close, especially it was last year. That game went to time. It was also an early game in the year. I think Detroit is this game's gonna be a fascinating one. Detroit's gonna, but I think both teams are gonna keep it close. But we're gonna really see what Seattle looks like, especially with Kenneth Walker coming.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a slugfest. Like you said, Jared Goff needs to just play it safe. Protect the football, man. Too many interceptions from him for a team that is expected to be elite. I think I still see them as being in that Super Bowl conversation come playoff time. Yeah, Jared Goff, he just needs to, I don't know. I want to see that potent Detroit offense again, man. Also, feed Jahmyr Gibbs, Dan Campbell. I know you're like a dog, but feed Jahmyr Gibbs.
How about put Laporta in the end zone? He's on both my fantasy teams. Like, what are we doing?
Dude, same with Trey McBride. Like, come on. I had him as the tight end 1 in fantasy coming into this year. Thought he was going to cook.
Yeah, dude.
Marvin Harrison stealing all his touches.
Quarterback.
Good. He's on my
So.
fantasy team.
Bad.
Go Marvin.
And
Bad.
my parlay. So.
All right,
Speaking
Diamond.
of
Speaking of parlays, Diamond, you ready for the triple touchdown theory?
He
Cue it.
sounds ready.
Cue it.
Let's
Oh,
do it
wait.
once again. But before we get into
Wait,
that,
before we get
make
into
sure
that.
you check us out on Discord. It's at Prime Time with Taff and Phil. You know, there's the bio. You can come chat. We play games. We play games. We talk sports. We get final scores. We give you injury updates. We do the best we can, but all around, we're just here to have a good grand old time. Come check us out. Just hit us up. We're pretty available. We got busy lives, but we're also
Indeed, we'll make time. We love to hang out. We love to talk to people. We are big fans of the Discord. We're big yappers. So, yes, check us out on Discord. All sorts of things going on there. Also, I'm trying to incorporate some. Once we get to enough of a base, I want to do a weekly pick'em challenge where like you can get, like small rewards. Like if you win a weekly one, you'll get like subscription perks. And if you like are the top scorer throughout the year, maybe you win like a gift card or something. I would love to do something like that, but we need a base to do that. So if you're liking that idea and you would like to keep up with us, definitely hop in the Discord. That's probably the thing that I'm most excited about from a social media aspect, outside of the whole of just building a base. So yeah,
Sure.
and
Build a community here.
indeed, and so all of our social media right here. It's Primetime with Taff and Phil. And if you look up Primetime with Taff and Phil on YouTube, I'm sure our channel will also pop up. You can tell because the profile pictures are our logo in the top left of the slide. And yeah, all right,
I'm
on.
gonna make an entrance here.
All right.
the entrance.
Are we good?
Let's go.
We're good. We're starting off with Diamond's Locks.
Yeah.
Lots of the week here.
Here we go. Let's hear it.
Going to Indiana. Going to Lucas Oil. Guys, we talked about this earlier. This is a matchup from hell for the Colts. Their defense is banged up. Their offense is inefficient. Anthony Richardson has not found his stride. All they have is Jonathan Taylor to rely on. And guess what? They're going up against one of the best defenses in the league in Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh, their defense alone wins this game. But they've been playing well. They've been scoring enough points. Justin Fields is working, and it's going to continue to work. Their line's 2.5 in this one. I like them to win by a lot more than that, but I'm going to take the Steelers minus the points at 2.5. All they got to do is win by a field goal. And I just, it definitely seems like a trap game, but I'm just not buying it. Pittsburgh's the better coached, better formed team, and they will beat the Colts
Indeed.
by at least 3.
It says they're at the Giants, but they are not at the Giants.
I changed that. I changed that. That changed. It says it. It says I've changed it back to Indy. I don't know why it says New York.
Wait, let's go
It
back.
says Indy on my screen.
I guess that's what we got. But they're going to Indy. All right, let's get the second lock of the day, Diamond.
About it earlier as well. Jets Broncos, barn burner. See it as Jets 24-3 type beat. I don't see the Broncos going over 10 points here unless they get lucky. Jets, an efficient offense, but they know how to control the game, and I can see them having a couple tough drives because Denver does have a good defense. I see it being a low-scoring affair here in New York. Maybe a little bit of weather as well. I don't think much, but just that post-hurricane, going up to the northeast, just maybe some rains. I've got the under 39.5 here. There are people out there that say life is too short to bet an under, Diamond, and I say it is, but you gotta if you wanna beat the book. Under 39.5 here, I think is a great play, and that's what we got for the locks of the week.
Hell yeah. All right.
Let's go.
On to the next one. The Big Kahuna. The ninth wonder of the world. The triple touchdown theory.
Thank you.
All right, what's this first leg we got here, Diamond?
Triple touchdown theory. Starting off in Carolina, we got the Bengals against the Panthers. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow found their stride last week against a really bad pass defense, obviously, but still had a great day. It was good to see that they were on point. Going into Carolina, another team who also doesn't have a great pass defense. And with T. Higgins making that comment, even though he could just be playing, I see their connection staying strong here. Jamar Chase to score a touchdown. Next, we go to the Houston Texans game.
It's minus
Talk about
105.
it, guys. talked about it here, guys. Texans need a big win here. Divisional matchup against Jacksonville. And Jacksonville's pass defense alone has not looked good. But pass defense especially, I mean, they're going to get torched on the defensive side. Nico Collins to score a touchdown here. I looked, he's averaging 20 yards a catch right now. All I see across my ticker tape in my mind, 4 minutes into the game, Texans touchdown. Nico Collins, 75 yards. Book it. Might have more than one. Third, give me the son of the Marvin Harrison. It will be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh,
Washington.
Whoa.
Just talked about it. Worst pass defense in the league. Who does Kyler Murray love to throw the ball to now? Marvin Harrison Jr. I think Kyler's going to have a few passing touchdowns today, probably splitting into different guys. Washington also allows some of the most yards per pass, and especially long yard touchdowns. Look what this guy did to the Rams, who also allowed those big plays. He had 2 touchdowns for over 40-plus yards. Simple here, triple touchdown theory. It's plus 700, guys, as a parlay. As of when I placed it a couple hours ago, it could have changed. So, plus 700, $10 will pay 70. I had a 50% profit boost, and if you go on FanDuel, no, not sponsored, but I love my FanDuel Sportsbook, Gronk does give a 50% touchdown boost, and that does make it plus 1,000. So
plus 1,000.
Thank you, Gronk.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Gronk.
Never thought I'd say that, but thank you, Gronk.
There it is in all its glory. Jamar Chase at Carolina minus 105. I love that. Marvin Harrison versus Washington. A poor passing defense, similar to Carolina, minus 105. And then Nico Collins at even money. I love it. All right. And
Boom. Pow. Bop.
boom, boom, boom. All right. And now we're on to the main event. The main event.
The main event.
We have the official game time picks. So far, yeah, Philip 6-15 a week ago, despite the super hot start.
All right.
Okay, so you're starting 1 for 1. You're starting 1 for 1 this week. I got Thursday Night Football wrong. I had the Giants. Taff. I had the Giants. And
I had the Cowgirls.
oh,
Me, Diamond, on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying? We're on the same page here.
yeah,
We're on the same page here.
I'm looking to this week. I'm looking to get into that 60% mark, and there were some murmurs in the group chat about I think the person with the lowest percentage at the end of the season we should all like go out to dinner before we get some drinks or something, and the person with the lowest percentage has to pay for dinner.
Good luck paying for my tab, one of you two.
I was gonna say, I like
I'm a-
sodas,
I don't know.
you guys
I
are
like
great.
my drinks fancy.
I'm feeling yeah, we're getting fancy. I'm
What's your
feeling
most expensive scotch?
yeah, I'm feeling I don't know, Phil. I feel like you might be about to go on a little cold streak. You got all your correct picks out of the way week 1 when you went 14 of 15 in week 1. And now you just finished. It went bloop, and now you're going.
Look, man. I'm still better than a coin flip, so I don't know, man. I'm well above a coin.
Ooh.
This is where the Twins come in and start picking like champs. So we'll really see.
I'm really
It
picking like,
really is.
that's all I'm saying. I'll pick
Exactly.
like a champ.
All right.
Let's get
First
it
game
rolling.
of the slate. We got Cincy minus 5.5, Carolina plus 198 on the money line. As we know, since he's 0-3, it's a do-or-die game. Their offensive tackle, Trent Brown, is out. And Andy Dalton has an opportunity to become the new Cam Newton, the GOAT of Charlotte. Deontay Johnson's questionable. Pretty sure he's playing. Who we got, Phil?
Oh, this is tricky. So normally, there's such a funny part of me that wants the Bengals go 0-4, but I can't do it. I got to take the Bengals in this one.
Yeah, you're
I gotta
taking.
take Cincinnati. To have them go 0-4 seems would be so
Not real.
Yeah, not real.
travesty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not real. Not real. Not gonna happen. Let's
And
go.
might be
Joe
for,
Burrow's gonna come in
Yeah.
and sling the ball around the lot. And to think that Andy Dalton played really well against the Raiders, to do it back-to-back weeks is always difficult for even the best quarterbacks. I'm gonna roll Cincy.
Diamond, who you got?
I've got Cincy as well here. I think Andy Dalton is obviously going to perform well. He's that veteran guy that can do something for them, unlike Bryce Young, unfortunately. But like Phil said, seeing the Bengals at 0-4 is weird. This is a game where if they lose, we talked earlier, could be a fire sale.
Yeah.
I've got the Bengals here. Not a blowout, but I think it's a dominated game by them.
Yeah, I love the Bengals on the spread. I think that if I were picking locks, they would be one of my locks. I got the Bengals by 10. All right, next one. We've got Saints at Atlanta. Saints 2-1 coming off that rough loss against Philly in a close one. The Saints team is banged up. They're missing Cesar Ruiz, their offensive lineman. A.T. Perry, not a huge guy. That could mean something for Chris Olave fantasy owners. Linebacker Demario Davis is out. Kamara and Olave are questionable. Pretty sure they're playing. They're just going to be a little banged up. And then you have the Falcons, who just 1-2. I think they're a team that, they have a real chance of falling 2 games below 500. But I think the 1-2 is not reflective. Their record is not reflective of who they are as a team. The Falcons are healthy, no real notable injuries. They're just hoping to finally get it going with that offense that has a limitless talent. I think they need to get more flashy with it. All right, who you got, Phil?
I think I gotta roll Atlanta here. I like New Orleans. I know New Orleans played really well in the first few weeks, but against Philadelphia gave me a couple concerns. And Atlanta's one of the better units against big plays. They've only given up 5 plays of 20-plus yards. That's tied for second in the league right now. New Orleans is also a big play offense, but what I saw against Philadelphia, they couldn't get it consistently enough. And Philadelphia doesn't have a great secondary so far. They've struggled in a lot of key spots. I'm going to take Atlanta at home to take down New Orleans, even up the NFC South, make it a bit more interesting. It kind of feels like how the South always goes. It's always everybody's kind of just there.
It's always everybody chomping at the bit, clawing, inch by inch to try and get that NFC South championship. A lot of evenly matched teams in that division. Diamond with the Illuminati sign, who you got?
I do this for a reason. Because, like we talked, the line changed 1.5 to 3. New Orleans dealing with some injuries, but Kamara and Olave are playing. I can't get on the Falcons wave yet. I'm rooting for them to get there because I do think they're going to be a wicked fun team. But I think the Saints are going to squeak this one out, and I've liked them all week, and then like that whole thing with the injuries really shook me the wrong way, and like it kind of got me thinking about. I was like, dude, I got to stick with my first instinct. I got the Saints here, and it's a more defensive game. I find it low scoring, like neither team to score above 20 points. It's going to be I think it's going to be a great game, though, but I do have the Saints squeezing this one out.
All right. And myself, I have Atlanta. I think those injuries are just going to show. They're going to prove to be far too they're going to change the way the Saints play this game. And it's not going to really work out. I think that pass rush is going to be getting to Derek Carr. Derek Carr, outside of that very impressive 2-0 start that the Saints had, that guy can't throw the ball inside the red zone still. He's still Derek Carr. I think the Falcons are going to keep getting better. Give me Atlanta. And before we move on to the next one, I'm going to go grab a pen and paper so I can write this down. So
yeah, I'm documenting my picks on my phone, so kind of basically like that. Also, interesting stat to note at home. This is this Atlanta and New Orleans. They call this hate week because these teams do not like each other. This is a real rivalry, and what's interesting too is all time this matchup 55-55.
this matchup is 55-55.
It is. Whoever wins this takes the lead in the series all time.
That's a dope stat. Crazy pull. All right, so I've
Yeah,
got
that's a goal.
Falcons, Cincy. All right, on to the next one. We've got the Jags at Houston. Houston is a banged up team, a team that had a lot of hype surrounding it coming into this season. They're sitting at 2-1. They haven't really dominated in any of their games. You got Tank Dell out, Damian Pierce out, Jimmy Ward out, Joe Mixon. He's not back. Don't let that fool you. He was back as of last night. Joe Mixon is not playing. And the Jags sitting at 0-3. I think we expected them to be better. This is a game where, like Phil said, man, it's starting to be the Jags so far this season are reminiscent of those teams that would go like 5-11, 3-13. Those teams that had that quarterback with the last name of Garcia playing for them. They were just not a threat in the slightest, and that's just not what
Bortles.
Well, yeah, but I mean Blake Bortles. Don't disrespect him. AFC Championship having Blake Bortles or Blaine Gabbert. Jeez, Chad Henne.
Start naming Jags QB.
Yeah. Evan Ingram is out. That's Trevor Lawrence's safety valve. It's going to be a tough one, but it's just tough to envision the Jags being 0-4 a little. I mean, I guess it's not that tough, but we expected them to be better coming into this year. Big game for them. Phil, who you got?
So again, you mentioned it's very difficult for me to not pick Jacksonville here because it being 0-4 just seems so bizarre. But there probably is going to be someone. I think this is the team. I think Houston bounces back from their loss against Minnesota. I think with Joe Mixon back, this team's going to be able to run the ball, keep the ball out of Trevor Lawrence's hands, control the game. This screams Houston to me. With no Evan Ingram, that's Trevor Lawrence's favorite target. Been his favorite target last year, his favorite target the year before. And without that, I mean, I like Brian Thomas. Played well. Christian Kirk's been nowhere. I gotta roll with Houston. I gotta roll with Houston to bounce back.
I'm with you there. I think the Jaguars are going to have what word do I want to use to describe the season? I'll just say awful because I don't want to be rude. Awful season. I think Peterson goes, Belichick comes. Hot take. But yeah, Texans. I think C.J. Stroud potentially throws for 300 plus. I think they completely dominate the Jaguars. I can't put my faith in them. They've gotten worse each game. They haven't shown any signs of getting better. I know they've played good teams, but and good defenses. I just don't see it. I think Trevor Lawrence may have a better day, but Texans over the Jaguars here.
Texans over the Jaguars for you. Man, I really want to pick the Jags. But, with Evan Ingram being out, man. If Evan Ingram was playing, I would take the Jags. But, alas, I'm also going Houston for this one at home at Energy Stadium. The Texans are too good to fall to 2-2. I got the Jags falling to 0-4. Give me Houston.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next
What's
one.
interesting too is if Jacksonville wins the AFC South, I know we just talked about Jacksonville's probably going to lose, but Jacksonville wins, all of a sudden the AFC South, everyone's within one game of each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not completely over if they win that game.
Honestly, nah. Give me Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville. I'm taking.
I got him, ladies and gentlemen. I got him.
Well, you also have to think about, dude. No, you have no Tank Dell, no Joe Mixon, no Jimmy Ward. They're banged up, man. And also, I feel like this is just gonna be one of those games, man. It's gonna be one of those games where it's gonna get a little.
You can see it.
Gonna get a little hot and sweaty in Houston, man. They're gonna be like, whew.
Anything to make the AFC South exciting. We'll see how this game goes.
All right. Next one. Broncos, Jets. Jets look to put the league on notice. They're 2-1 right now. They lost to the Niners. It was Aaron Rodgers' basically Jets debut. during that loss. Didn't play in the preseason. Aaron Rodgers has only looked better. See him a week ago, bro looked like he was 29. Just kidding, but that guy was running around. He was running around. Made me very happy. And Denver coming off that win against the Bucks. I'm gonna chalk it up to a fluke for now, but hey, maybe Sean Payton found his swagger. Maybe he got his swagger back in Denver, man. C.J. Mosley doubtful. Jermaine Johnson is out for the rest of the season, I think, for the Jets. That Jets run defense has not been good. It's been more middle of the road, and yeah. Bo Nix also doesn't suck as much as he did a week. He didn't suck as much as he did a week ago. Phil, who you got?
Man, wouldn't it be funny if I just picked Denver right here?
You make me sick.
Wouldn't it be funny
You
if
make-
No, I'm running with New York. They're at home. Bo Nix still gonna have to deal with the rush of Jets. They still got. I mean, what was it? Will McDonald, I think, sacks right now, pretty good. They have a good secondary. Denver doesn't really have the power to do it. I'm gonna roll with the Jets to get 3-1.
All right. Who you got, Diamond?
Gonna keep it short and simple here. Jets, Jets.
Love it.
Broncos suck, and that's what I have.
Nice. I will say the same thing. Jets, Jets. Love to see my Jets improve to 3-1. This will be an insane clip if we end up losing. And you have the I feel like the most intriguing thing about this game is you have the matchup of Surtain and Wilson. I think it'll open up opportunities for Lazard. And yeah, expect Lazard to do some stuff, do some things today, man. But yeah, Jets ultimately take care of business. Next one, a banger. We got Falcons, Jesus, Packers, Vikings. And then, so Green Bay, rocking with the 2-quarterback system. Jair Alexander has been downgraded to out. This Vikings defense has, as we said earlier, been terrorizing quarterbacks and dismantling defenses. Two very unexpectedly pretty damn good teams this year. A divisional matchup. Jordan Addison's back for the Vikings. And with Jair Alexander out, expect the Vikings to be freaking throwing that thing around. And yeah.
Fact.
Who you got, Philip?
I would. This would be different if Jair was playing. It's Minnesota. I think Minnesota. I don't see.
You got Darnold. Darnold continuing his MVP run.
Especially because you bringing in this 2-quarterback system against. I would not be trying this against a defense that has been one of the top units. You can try this against Carolina. You can try this against the Raiders. You can try this against a bad defense. You try this against a good defense. There's a chance it smacks you in the face. I think Minnesota gets the makes this. This is a statement for them.
Minnesota gets the dub.
I would say this is a statement win. They've already had statement wins. They beat San Fran. They beat Houston.
Yeah, dude, that's for real.
I think this is a 4-0 start for Minnesota.
4-0 start for Minnesota. Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, Diamond, who you got?
I got to be on the same wave as Bill here. For them to be for them to even be 3-0 is marvelous, but for them to be 4-0 is insane. Sam Darnold's coming in, playing his role. I'm happy for him, man. Like, he struggled so much in his career. I'm happy for him. Jair Alexander being out is a huge loss for them. I definitely think that will really affect the pass game for Minnesota. So that way they'll be able to have the pass game and the run game developed. Jordan Love coming back, I think, is good. I don't like that he's getting pushed on an injury, but I think he'll still play fine. He must be good enough to go. I think it's going to be a good game, but in a tough divisional matchup, I've got Minnesota winning this one.
Yeah, you've got Minnesota. I also have Minnesota. Dude, I'm telling you, if the Packers didn't say Jordan Love was playing today, I would take the Packers because they lost. That's such a quick decision that changes your whole game plan. They did that that felt pretty impulsive and short notice. Yeah, give me the Vikings today in a hopefully competitive matchup. Aaron Jones revenge game. I got Aaron Jones to score a touchdown too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, real quick.
Yep.
Totally forgot to include the special add-on of the triple touchdown theory.
Okay, can we put that at the end of the picks?
definitely. Just wanted to definitely remember that.
Okay, word. Sorry about that. I wanna fly through these. Keep the momentum going.
Word.
All right, next one. We've got Steelers Colts.
Yes.
Rules.
Steelers starting out 3-0, looking good. Justin Fields is more accurate than ever. And against an underwhelming Colts team, Anthony Richardson keeps turning that ball over. And Alex Highsmith and Jalen Warren are out. Two pretty big players for them. Expect Najee to get more touches as a result of Jalen Warren being out. Alex Highsmith is a dog, but that Steelers defense is still stacked. That run defense is going to be stopping Jonathan Taylor. Kenny Moore is out for the Colts. And the Colts are just looking to get to 500. Get out alive. Who you got in this one, Phil? The Steelers fan.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Pittsburgh.
What?
They're just no way, dude. I'm picking. It's crazy. So, listen, this again. This always has the feelings of like a game because that's just who Mike Tomlin's been ever gotten to Pittsburgh. But Richardson's turned it over way too much for this not to be a huge opportunity for guys like Watt to get strip sacks. Pick. This should be. Pittsburgh's going to be fine as long as they don't make any mistakes offensively. They have shown they haven't done through the first 3 weeks. They're gonna take it. Here we go, Steelers.
Here we go, Steelers. All right, Diamond, who you got?
I got the Steelers here playing extremely well across the board, offensively, defensively. Colts are struggling. Richardson is major struggling. I didn't expect it, but he's struggling bad. Going up against a tough defense here. It was one of my locks. I've got the Steelers.
I like it. Yeah, dude, I go against the grain again. Like, this is a trap game, man. This is a trap game for the Steelers. I think, despite what the tail of the tape might say, what the injury report says, what the stats say, it's early season. Those stats they're homogenous yet. You could have one big game, one horrible game, and it won't be true to who you are as a team and in your identity. As much as I love the Steelers throughout the season, give me the Colts to improve to 500 today.
Oh.
Give me the Colts.
Wow. You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. Breaking my heart.
And Diamond, I didn't mean to cramp your style with the special triple touchdown theory. Is this like do you want to do it as like a whole production thing at the end of the picks, or do you think you could rip it off right now?
I just meant to include it earlier with the triple touchdown theory and just totally forgot. It's nothing crazy. Definitely, we can it's like take 30 seconds just at the end is fine.
Okay, cool.
It's another play. Let's just say that.
Very intriguing. Was it, on the last slide, was it somebody that involved a player that was involved with that game?
No, I'm just all over the place all the time, and it just pops in my head.
Word, you're good. No worries. Me too.
We might be able to let you put out now because betting stops in 30 probably minutes if it's a clock game.
That's true. That's 12:28.
Word.
I feel like we got 4 people in here right now. I feel like we should let the people know.
That's true.
Let's do it.
Let's let
Guys,
them know.
touchdown theory. Spiked. What are we doing? It is a anytime touchdown parlay, but it consists of men to score the first touchdown of the game. If you bet this, guys, you know it's hard to pick, but I've got one here for you with a great payday. Give me Kyren Williams, Najee Harris, and Justin Jefferson to all score the first touchdowns in their game. $1, guys. Literally. You can't even go to McDonald's and get a large Coke anymore for $1. So if you want to talk about return on the dollar, plus 30,000, $1 brings back 300 on Kyren Williams, Najee Harris, and Justin Jefferson to all score the first touchdown.
Whoa! Wait, so a
That's a lot of
3-leg
cards.
$1. I'm getting this in right now.
They all have to score the first.
Oh, the first touchdown. Okay, triple touchdown theory spiked. I like that. Did you send that to me?
On messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll let's actually before we do that, we'll you can send that over to me at the end of the show.
Okay, I got you.
But all right, we have. So all right, you guys took the Steelers. I took the Colts in a trap game. This could end up with me going 6-15, like Philip White a week ago.
It's
Despite-
7-16, bro. It's 7-9.
Oh, 7. Sorry, yeah. Wait, 7. Okay, yeah. Because you picked the Thursday night game, right? All right.
Yeah.
And also 64% on the season, looking good, bro. Philip White went 14-1 in week 1, which is craziness.
Ooh. Roll there, Phil.
All right, this next one. Oh, Diamond's face was still there. We have Chicago -3. LA coming to Chicago. Bears are 1-2. Caleb Williams has been struggling. As we said, we're looking for them to open up the passing game against this banged up Rams team. The absence of Cooper and Puka and their center. I mean, a week ago against the Niners, I thought the loss of their center, Steve Avila, was going to play a big role. Apparently it didn't because they got the win against San Fran, despite their 2 stars being out. So maybe the Rams roll on. Keenan Allen is playing today for the Bears. And Chicago has a subpar run defense, so I'm thinking we get big game from Kyron Williams, and maybe Caleb Williams can figure it out. Phil, what do we think?
Keep it simple. Rams is a better coach. Rams are gonna win.
I like.
Oh,
Mm,
Rams better coach. I don't see a world where the Bears win this game.
I had the exact same mindset when I looked at this game. I see Rams are an underdog. They're really banged up. They don't have their 2 main guys. But they did go in to a game against San Fran and beat them. It was a tough one, but they got out with a win. Coaching wins this game. Sean McVay wins this game. Matthew Stafford, veteran, wins this game, along with pounding the ball with Kyron Williams. Rams.
I'm with you. Bears, they're just not there yet. Guys like Caleb Williams, they could have all the talent in the world. It'll still take them a year or so to figure it out. Like Phil said, Rams are better coached. They have the better running back. Their offense is more multi-dimensional than the Bears. So yeah, give me the Rams in this one as well. So Rams all around. The next one,
Yes.
we've got Eagles-Bucks. A playoff matchup, potentially. Wild card vibes from this one. The Bucks are coming.
Gosh.
The Bucks are coming off an ugly loss against the Broncos. I feel like they're looking to bounce back. The Eagles made it out by the skin of their teeth against the Saints a week ago. The Eagles, they're missing Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, and the Bucks are missing their strong safety Antoine Winfield. And the big question for the Bucks is, can they get their run game going? Because against this Eagles secondary with Darius Slay slinging it every down, not really bringing multiple dimensions to their offense, could kind of screw them. It might not pan out for them in this one. So Phil, what do you think?
This one's a tough one because normally
Oh man, you
Wow.
like super duper cut out.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
We've got no AJ Brown and no Devontae. However, in that last stretch against New Orleans, they were like, "Hey, we can win games without them. We just need Saquon and Dallas Goedert to do their thing." And with the way I saw the Bucks defend against the Broncos running backs, Saquon I think is going to feast. I think Dallas Goedert's going to have his opportunities. I think it'll still be close. I think that the Bucks will play better, but without their leader at the back end and Antoine Win, roll with Philly.
I'm gonna roll with Philly. because the Bucks have no Antoine Winfield. All right. Diamond, what do you think?
Got to go with what the heart says, and the heart says Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, baby.
Bad game. I think it's a fluke. Philly barely squeezed one out against the Saints. Lost to the Falcons. I don't like them. I think their coach is utter trash. Phil made a good point, though, with the Buccaneers having some defensive injuries. That is going to be tough. And the Eagles, at the end of the day, do have a well-rounded squad. But at home, I'm going with Tampa Bay here.
All right. Whew. You know, I liked Tampa Bay, like, as of last night. I feel like it's like what I was saying earlier. You know, Jalen Hurts, another guy that didn't play during preseason. Sometimes it takes them a couple weeks to ramp up. I think we're going to see less mistakes from Jalen Hurts, a lot of running from Saquon Barkley, a lot of short passes. I feel like the Eagles, obviously you're going to miss the talent of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, but it's going to lead to them keeping it simple. They aren't going to be throwing any of those crazy, 30, 40-yard passes that we see Jalen Hurts throw, and you're like, what the hell is he doing? And it ends up in a pick. So give me the Eagles in this one. Despite the fact I am a massive Baker Mayfield supporter, I wish that man all of the luck in the world this season. So, all right, we've got Phil with the Eagles, you with the Bucks, Diamond, and me with the Eagles. All right, two Eagles, 1 Buck. All right, on to the next one. We've got game of the week. Who's going to win this one? San Fran on the spread, minus 10.5. New England, Jacoby Brissett, New England on the money line at plus 440. And I'm putting 100 on it. No, just kidding.
Take that just.
The Patriots. I mean, Debo's back for the Saints. The Saints are coming off a tough loss against the Rams. Who we got here, guys? Niners, right?
Niners.
Yeah, that really doesn't need to be said.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well,
don't think they lose 3 in a row, and I definitely don't think they lose that 3rd game to a team like New England.
yeah. Imagine that 3rd game in a row loses to New England. Nah.
Yeah,
no
this
way.
Is 49. That's 49.
Oop.
All right, next one, we've got 2 fun scrambling quarterbacks. We got Washington against Arizona. Jaden Daniels threw 21 for 23 a week ago in prime time in Cincy. You thought maybe you'd have those rookie jitters. None. Zilch. Nothing. And that Kyler Marvin Harrison matchup is super fun. Trey McBride is out for them, so expect more throws to Marvin Harrison. Expect maybe some more touches from James Conner, especially with that weak Washington defense. And Washington, I guess, is just looking to keep up and compensate for their lackluster defense. And they can take first place in the NFC East with a win in this game and an Eagles loss, which is crazy. They'll be a game ahead. All right, what do we think, Philip White?
I like the Commanders. I do. I like Jaden Daniels, but a short week off probably one of their biggest wins. Their biggest win so far of the season. Jaden Daniels a huge game, but now you go on the road to a team that just lost to a good team. I'm gonna take Arizona to hold. I think despite Trey McBride being out, Marvin Harrison has proven how elite he is. I think he could have a similar game to what Jamar Chase had on Monday night. I'll take Arizona to win at home.
All right. Diamond, what you got?
Washington, great game last week. Love the kid, Jaden Daniels. Bright future. The defense cannot hold up with Arizona, though. Arizona's offense, when they have a chance to do something big against a bad defense, as it showed in the Rams game, it happens. And I expect that to happen again today. Commanders' offense, that was an insane run last game. Like the fact that, really, what was the stat? They haven't punted since what, week 1?
Week 1.
Yep.
So that's impressive. I look to see that change today, not in a bad way, just to get a little more realistic that they might have to punt once or twice. But I've got Arizona in this one, not by a landslide, but just they get the job done.
Yeah.
They get the job.
I'm with you. I mean, as much as we love to talk up Jaden Daniels, he had a great game last week. It was against that disjointed, in disarray Cincinnati Bengals team. I'm a big Jaden Daniels guy, but I think that Arizona is going to take care of business at home. They're too good to fall to 1-3. Washington, they're still figuring it out. I got Washington falling to 2-2, and Arizona taking the win. All right, so that's
Yes, sir.
Arizona all around.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Next one, we got KC and the Chargers. Patrick Mahomes is 17-1 against division rivals. They're 3-0, and they're just looking to do what they do, man. Xavier Worthy's making them look even better than they were a year ago, and they won the Super Bowl a year ago. Justin Herbert is back for the Chargers, which I think it's a little bit rushed. If the Chargers want to win this game, they need Joey Bosa to play a hell of a game, somehow manage to get in Patrick Mahomes' head, which is seemingly impossible. Raise quick 3-and-outs, maximize time for the Chargers. If they want to win this game, need to force quick 3-and-outs and control the tempo on offense. Like, freaking sit on that ball when they get it, man. And Justin Herbert will need to ball. Play a hell of a game. Phil, who you got?
I picked against them last week, and I didn't get it right, and I'm not doing it again. So I'm picking the Chiefs. 17-1 on the road against their division rivals. You can't go against that kind of record. I'm running with the Chiefs.
Phil may have just jumped into my mind telepathically. Same statistics I was going to say, 17-1 on the road. Every time I go against Mahomes, it never pans out well. It's like Brady back in the day. So I'm going in with Justin Herbert. He re-aggravated his injury last week. If it's that serious, he might I don't want, obviously I hate for that to happen, but I just don't think he plays well. Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm with you. Chiefs all around, man. I mean, the guy's 17-1 against division rivals. So yeah, Chiefs all around in an easy one for that. And here is where things get not exciting yet, because it's the Raiders and the Browns. Gardner Minshew squaring off. That picture of Gardner does go crazy. Also, dude, that placement on that Browns player. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, man.
The Browns are a team I have overrated. Deshaun Watson is in the midst of the worst start to a season of his entire career. Raiders, despite the loss against Carolina a week ago, were able to get a win against Baltimore. Yeah. Who we got, Philip White?
So I picked both these teams to win last week, and both of them sucked wins. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't even know if I want to pick the game. But with how bad the Browns
Oh man,
Raiders are at the very least at home. So I would probably roll Raiders. Browns O-line is so bad, and they're at home. They're at home. Browns offensive line sucks. Give me Vegas.
all right. Diamond.
I don't even want to pick it.
That's what I said. That's what I said when I
right.
cut out. I legit did not want to pick this game.
Great point. Browns line's down. Their offense looked like trash. Raiders missing Devontae Adams and Max Crosby. Raiders 12-6. Gonna go Raiders.
All right.
You just look like you just took a baby and threw it on the ground and
Dude.
All right, you guys took the Raiders. I mean, I don't blame you. This is a team that beat Baltimore, is coming off a loss to Carolina. I just don't think they're that good. I mean, they lost to Carolina. Carolina, I think, it was a little bit of a Squidward moving to a gated community syndrome when Andy Dalton came in for North Carolina. They're like, oh my God, we've been playing with the same quarterback for so long, and then Andy Dalton is here. It felt fresh. They were playing with fresh legs. And they just, I feel like Carolina kind of played out of their mind that game. And I can't
tell who you're picking.
I can't tell who I'm picking either. I like the Browns. I think that yeah, see, like, I don't even want to pick this game, man. Like, oh my god, this is tough. I have
The worst games are the hardest to pick.
The worst games are the hardest to pick. Give me the Browns. I don't think the Raiders do it, man. No Devontae Adams, no Max Crosby. I don't like them. All right, so y'all picked the Raiders. I picked the Browns.
Yes, sir.
That sounds right.
All righty, on to the next one. The banger. Sunday Night Football, prime time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was so excited to hear what Phil said. I forgot to do my intro.
You were gonna say something.
Yeah, the Bills facing their biggest challenge of the season. They look to remain unbeaten. They are 3-0 for the first time since 2020. It's going to be a rainy night in Baltimore. James Cook having a great start to the year. Baltimore sits at 1-2. Nobody really expected them to be 1-2. I mean, 2-1 at worst was what I would have thought. Both teams are healthy. They're chipper. They're ready to go. Baltimore is hoping they can improve to 500. I would say Baltimore has more to play for in this one. Phil, who you got? What do you think?
Hold on, is it in the camera? I can't tell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I gotta. Yeah, if you could like slide to, I think, your left.
This
There we
is
go,
my
right there.
Perfect.
See that? 4?
4.
4-0. Give me the Bills.
All right.
Give me the Bills over Baltimore.
I've got the Bills as well. Baltimore has not proven a thing yet this year, unlike Baltimore. Baltimore hasn't proven a thing, unlike Buffalo, who has proven a lot more than people expected. Low-scoring affair here. I think defense has come to play. I've got Buffalo.
You've got Buffalo. Alrighty, here I am again. I could look like a genius or an absolute idiot. I like Baltimore in this one. I think they're both two good teams. I just think Baltimore is too talented to fall to 1-3. They're at home, big game in the rain for them. The Bills, I think the Bills are good this year. They've been playing their freaking heart out. I've got Baltimore taking care of business. Derrick Henry is going to be cooking. Lamar Jackson is going to get some of those scrambles. If he can avoid turnovers, Baltimore takes this game in a tight one. All right, Baltimore.
Woohoo.
All righty, and now on to the 2 Monday night games. Well, actually, before we get into the Monday night games, if you guys are enjoying the stream, check us out on social media. Prime Time with Taff and Phil. The YouTube has our last names in it, but if you type in Prime Time with Taff and Phil on YouTube, it'll pop up. We have a lot more than just sports content. We talk video games, tech, ChatGPT getting interviewed and stuff, man. Cool stuff happening on the weekly podcast, too. It happens on Tuesday nights. If you're rocking with this stream, drop a follow. It really helps us grow, and it's completely free. And in addition to that, our Discord, it's honestly what we are the most excited about. Everything that we just mentioned is going on there. You can chat with us. We take calls. It's in the bottom bar. We're looking to get callers in on the show so we can talk about individual matchups, any hot takes for the day, and yeah, also pick'em challenges and other fun stuff happening too. So yeah, if you're enjoying this, definitely drop a follow. We would super duper appreciate it. All right. The first Monday night matchup, we got Diamonds Dolphins up against the 0-3 Tennessee Titans with the thumbnail machine, Will Levis. The Dolphins looked horrible with Skylar Thompson a week ago. And now they have Tyler Huntley at the starting quarterback position, hoping they can just maybe turn this thing around and stay as close to 500 as they can without Tua. And honestly, Will Levis might take the crown for worst starting quarterback in the league with the way he's been playing. Tennessee's defense is pretty solid. Tony Pollard has been underwhelming at the running back position. Yeah. Who you got, Philip White?
Sorry, Diamond. Titans are getting their first win here.
Damn.
Look, Skylar Thompson. Listen, Skylar Thompson and Nick Boyle are bad. Tyler Huntley's going to come in. I've seen Tyler Huntley. Doesn't impress me. Titans need to get a win at some point. They're fighting for the young head coach, looking to get him his first win. Tennessee's going to win here in Miami.
Phil says he doesn't like what he sees out of Huntley because he beat his Steelers. He's just depressed.
You've never lost to Tyler Huntley.
Oh.
Never in my life.
So we go into this. We've got an experienced quarterback. He's not the best option, but he has some experience with a good team in Baltimore and won them some games. Tennessee's trash. Okay. Will Levis eats mayonnaise for fun. That's your first red flag. I mean, that's all I have to say about them, really. But then you go back to Miami, and our defense, I think, will single-handedly win this game. You know, we played okay against Seattle, let up like one or two bad plays, but overall I thought we played really well besides the quarterback play. So if Tyler Huntley can maybe also get the run game moving himself a little bit, I think we're going to be a very dynamic team come this game. And I've got the Dolphins beating the Titans non-biasedly.
Nice. I think the winner of this game, it comes down to the play calling of Miami. It comes down to the confidence of Tyler Huntley, man. Like you said earlier, bro.
Right.
Skylar Thompson looked like if he crossed the line of scrimmage, he would explode, and he probably would have.
Probably would have, yeah.
And then on top of that, is Mike McDaniel going to be acting like he doesn't have Tyreek and Jalen Waddle?
Oh my God.
I don't know who I'm about to pick, but it's why those are the reasons that I want to lean Tennessee. But I think, I still believe in the talent on the Dolphins. But I mean, honestly, okay, yeah, give me the Dolphins because their defense, dude, the Dolphins' defense is trash. But thankfully, they're playing against.
What?
Yeah, dude, they lost Bradley Chubb, Christian Wilkins. Like, they have been getting ran through. Right?
I mean, the Bills, I will say, definitely ran through us, and they didn't do anything offensively. Who have we played? We played Jacksonville, Buffalo, and Seattle. We haven't, I don't know, Jacksonville, first week, we allowed like 17 points in the first half, but then we shut them out to 0. Bills was more, you didn't really get to see it because they fucking had like 2 interceptions, 3, and 1 went to the house. And then against Seattle, we let up 1 big play to DK, which really sucked. But overall, I thought we played well. But we did lose. Losing those guys did suck. But I think I think we hold Tennessee to under 15 points here.
Yeah. Overall, give me Miami. I think Will Levis is, after Bo Nix caught a little bit of his footing, along with Tyler Batty helping out the run game, which maybe put a little less pressure on Nix. Levis takes the crown of worst starting quarterback in football. And, All right, final game of the week. Monday Night Football. I know I'll be tuning into this one. We got Seahawks, Lions. Kenneth Walker's back. Seahawks are 3-0, really unchallenged so far. New England took them to overtime. We're going to find out who they really are a bit. Same with the Lions, because the Lions, that offense hasn't been as potent. Now, Phil, correct me if I'm wrong. Laporta yet to find the end zone, correct?
Yeah, but he's going to find the end zone in this, because if he doesn't, he's getting traded in my league. I'm just saying it right.
Yeah.
You might even see himself get cut. But in all seriousness, this is I think Lions. The Seahawks haven't really been challenged. This is their first on the road. You're talking about Jared Goff is going to, I think, step up his play. He's going to play better. They still have guys like Amon-Ra. matchup considering the quarterback Seattle has with Reek Woolen and Boone. I know Kenneth Walker is back, but that doesn't really intimidate me from what I've seen. Done, for the most part, a fairly good job of handling the rushing attack this year. I'm going to roll with the Lions.
All right.
My final pick.
Oh, Diamond,
I've got the line.
could you send me the triple touchdown theories? It's 12:55, by the way. Get your bets in.
Holy
Get
crap.
your bets in.
Get your bets in.
Get your bets in,
Yeah, I
crack
got
open
you.
your beers.
Honestly, yeah.
Pop out
As I'm
Pop out at your
Tito's.
party, go with the gang. But
Yep.
if you could send me the spiked triple touchdown theory, and like honestly, did you send me the spiked triple touchdown theory, the regular touchdown theory? We can get it in. Honestly, until it's we'll finish up this game pick and we'll do wrap up like right after 1:00. But I do want to get these picks in. That's a trap I've been falling into, man. I do the show
No,
and then
for real. I still got it. Yeah, dude. I still got to get the triple. I was like, dude, I got triple touchdown theory done last night. I'm gonna get that video out so early, and I always forget, and I'm like, oh shit.
honestly,
Let me see here. As I'm doing this, so I can make my pick. I've got Detroit here. Similar to what Phil said, Seattle hasn't really been tested. I think they're a good squad, but I think Detroit has more to prove. And Seattle, in my opinion, is a fraudulent 3-0. I think they'll play well, but I ultimately see Detroit's offense just being too much for Seattle to handle. And Aiden Hutchinson has been an absolute dog. Give me the Lions.
love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I will also be taking the Lions in a game that is closer than people will think. I like the Lions by a field goal. I think
Hell
Goff is going to be. We're going to start seeing a lot of quarterbacks find their stride because there's been a lot of head scratching plays from quarterbacks that we know and trust, like Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff. So yeah, I think the Lions find their stride, improve to 3-1. Seahawks fall to 3-1, and yeah, there we go. That is all of our picks. Quick rundown
Excellent.
for we'll throw it back to the triple touchdown theory, real quick. Make sure everybody got their triple touchdown theory in.
Oh, yeah.
Give me $5 on that triple touchdown.
Triple touchdown theory. Triple.
Triple touchdown.
All right, there it is. Crack open your beers,
Okay.
folks.
It's just a theory.
A triple
touchdown theory.
Yes, sir. I'm about to enjoy these games, fellas, and I hope y'all are too.
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
we don't get copyrighted for this soundbite. Here we go.
Oh, I thought I was gonna keep going.
No, that's it.
Oh, I couldn't hear it.
Oh, you couldn't hear the soundbite?
Oh, I heard it.
Damn, bro. I mean, no.
No. All right, fellas. It's 12:58. I think this is a great new formula for the show. We got to get primed.
We gotta
gotta get
get
primed.
primed. Cracking the beers, bringing the horses, sound them all out. Here we go.
Bring in the horses, circle the wagons, get your food on your plate, turn on the TV. Let's go. It's going to be a great day of football. Now remember, Nico Collins, Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison Jr., take them to score a touchdown. Also, Diamond, do you have the spiked triple touchdown that you can send me? 12:59. It might be too. Actually, no, they don't kick off till 1:05, so.
Oh.
But all right, fellas.
For the spike,
Salute.
yeah.
Oh wait, actually, give him the spiked triple touchdown theory one more time. This is
quick,
first
guys.
touchdown.
Kyron Williams to score first. Najee Harris to score first. And Jefferson. Let's go, boys.
Oh.
Love it.
Peace out, everybody. Have a splendid day of football.
Yes, sir. Adios, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you want to continue the conversation, join that Discord right there. We love you. Goodbye. May all of your parlays hit. And remember to follow. It's totally free. helps us grow, and you'll be here for the next streams. So yes, may all of your parlays hit. Love, moi.
Goodbye, folks.